Get over here, and we're live,
Are we?
live.
Are we?
Supposedly,
Oh yeah, I see it on the other my other
we in
screen.
here. Oh, okay.
And let me get the fuck about this top chat shit.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Let me Sean P.
It will always and forever be done.
and Chris is on here too. First let me
And
address
Biddy,
and Biddy. Let me address YouTube real quick.
YouTube is stupid.
We really don't like that top chat shit.
Nah, it's dumb.
And for the life of us, we can't understand why it starts off with that.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't it start off with live chat? I don't
Right.
know what you get out of it. I don't know what your philosophy is.
I can surmise that it is the people who are most active on the platform. So it wants to reward them in a way that keeps them on the platform.
That's understandable. However, it doesn't really help us as much as you think it does because we miss comments if we don't check.
Correct.
If we just start and don't go up there and check to see whether or not it's on live chat or top chat, and it's always on top chat when you first start. We miss comments. I can't tell you how many times people have been commenting and saying some really funny things that would absolutely be integrated well into the show's content.
Yeah.
That we miss because we just didn't switch it over to live chat. So
Cindy specifically. What up, G?
Cindy, for some reason, top chat doesn't like Cindy.
Yeah, I don't
understand what's going on. I don't get it.
Like,
however,
and the reason I was finding out was whenever McKenna would speak to Cindy, and I'd be like, "Wait,
right, right." I just what I would say to you, YouTube, you can do what you want because y'all are the masters of this universe right now. I was humbly suggesting to you that doesn't really help the creators as much as you think,
but it's not about the creators,
right?
It's about retention.
That's true.
Above new, I don't understand why you would prioritize retention above new
facts,
new people that you would like to retain
because you're trying to grow. That's the whole part of that. You're trying to grow.
Oh yeah, it started censoring too. Apparently,
that's whack. What's up, GA?
Yeah,
that's whack. McKenna says she's the Cindy alum.
I mean, effectively,
yeah.
If niggas ain't switch over to all chats yet, and Cindy come on, that's pretty much how I had been finding out until we realized what was happening.
Yo, I don't like the fact that it's censoring cursing and shit.
Don't get me started.
I think that's garbage. Like, we cursing
all the time.
We literally on air cursing, and you're not censoring us in that way. So why are you censoring the people that's commenting? I think that's crazy. It's crazy talk.
Absolutely insane.
That's why.
Who are we?
Well, I'll tell you who we are. At the top of the fucking food. No, we not.
I mean,
listen, I was about to be all boastful and bragging. No.
Nah,
it's just not.
We're here.
I don't have the energy. Like, we're here.
Yeah.
We're consistent. How about that?
Sure. Yes. That we definitely have going for us. 100%.
100% consistent. But other than that, we're also a little bit irritable.
Well, I wouldn't. I think you're lying now. A little bit. A little bit. You're clearly lying. A little bit is not. I mean, how you should preface that.
Yo, I know the crazy thing is, I don't know when it happened. Probably in my 40s.
I doubt it. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there.
Look, for a long period of my life, I mean, besides a motherfucker made me mad.
I cannot believe
I was generally.
You were literally about to lie on the airwaves to the people. We don't do that.
Listen. So GA says, yeah, YouTube been on that for a little minute. was noticing my comments not showing up in comment sections and chat. Yeah, I think that's whack, bro.
Well, all right, McKenna said it's such bullshit, and that went through. So maybe it's certain curse words.
Could be.
Maybe they don't recognize bullshit as a curse word.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I got away with some shit.
But it's YouTube, so.
I mean, it's inherently inconsistent.
Yeah.
About a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that bullshit is indeed a curse word.
I would argue that as well. Listen, if to this day I was standing in front of my mother and I said bullshit, I would get smacked.
Yeah, pop.
Yep.
Pop.
Mm-hmm. You know so I think that counts.
I think it. Listen, if it's something my mama will pop me for.
Well, GA, no. I mean, it's possible that you're getting shadow banned too, of course. But no, the censoring thing is a thing because y'all not the first time that I heard it. I was listening to one of Gray's streams in the past week or so, and he mentioned that.
Yeah, see.
So I think it's true. I think there's truth to it. What the rules are, I have no idea because it's YouTube, and they really aren't ever clear on that type of thing.
Right.
I guess not, Biddy. I don't know.
Biddy. No. So if I just start like using,
damn it, shit, fuck.
Well, no, I was about to say some curse words from other cultures, and like you wouldn't catch that though, would you?
McKenna said, "GA, you'll have to change your username or here to shadow at noon." Yo,
that's
hilarious.
Hilarious. Like that's like high level. Yeah. that's peak.
Bruh. Shadowed at noon is, yeah.
Yo, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. But yeah, we in here. I'm about to do this intro.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah. Me.
Nope.
Yo, I swear that's what shit Sean Black used to do. throw the indiscriminate nope in. Motherfucker doing something. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ.
You.
And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. So before we get started, I would just like to let the world know and put this out here early. My daughter's leaving to go to work. I'm about to tell her, good afternoon. And good afternoon. And yeah, that's what's happening.
Word. So the topic that I stumbled across is actually a topic that I was about to write an article on. But I decided against it. There's still way too much going on.
Yeah, but we're gonna get back into it.
Oh, absolutely. Like as evidenced by the fact that I was about to write an article. But once I took a step away from my computer for a second and realized how much shit I still had going on, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this as the topic for the show. So
yeah, makes sense.
And who knows? I might still end up doing an article on it because I've done that before too.
True.
So, let's jump right into it. The architect of his own outrage.
Ooh.
How Tyler, the Creator, cultivated the fan base he now condemns. So
I didn't know we were going to talk about this. I saw things.
Mm-hmm.
I saw things out there in the wild about it. I didn't know we was going to cover it, but I will say, this is going to allow me to do is to say some things
Mm-hmm.
that I've been thinking
Mm-hmm.
for a while. So,
Yeah, see, there are people who are new to Tyler, right? So
Mhm.
if you are new to Tyler,
right.
and we talking about 3-4 years new,
Mhm.
then you have a certain perception of who he is and who he is as an artist.
He
And all
wasn't
that other
there for
good
the
stuff.
Odd Future. He
Yeah,
wasn't there for-
so and that's cool. That's cool. However, I'll just get into it. I'm sure it'll come up at some point during this report because
It was.
I always start off with reports because I need to get the information, all that other stuff, and I already have my opinion. I just need to make sure that I have my facts.
I just need the information so I can
Yeah,
rip.
right. So let me see. The D'Angelo paradox, because that's how this whole thing started. For those who don't know, the digital world bore witness to a profound cultural paradox in October 2025. On one side stood a moment of sincere, almost sacred reverence. Tyler, the creator, an artist who had evolved from a teenage provocateur into a Grammy-winning auteur, posted a heartfelt tribute to the late neo-soul pioneer D'Angelo. The passing of Michael Eugene Archer, known professionally as D'Angelo, represented an immeasurable loss to the world of music. He was a generational talent, an innovator whose debut album, Brown Sugar, helped define the entire neo-soul movement of the 90s, and whose subsequent work, including the masterpiece Voodoo, became a cornerstone of modern black artistry. Tyler's tribute was not a perfunctory celebrity post. It was a deep personal reflection from an artist acknowledging a foundational influence. He wrote of using his 9th birthday money to purchase Voodoo, an album he credited with helping to, quote, shape my musical DNA and rewire his brain chemistry as a musician. It was a moment of vulnerability and respect, a testament to the lineage of black musical genius from one of its contemporary torchbearers. On the other side of this paradox was the profane. The comment section beneath Tyler's tribute rapidly devolved into a cesspool of disrespect. Instead of sharing in the mourning for a cultural giant, a significant portion of his fan base responded with one commenter aptly described as a big fart noise. The comments were a jarring display of cultural illiteracy and entitlement. Many fans, apparently oblivious to D'Angelo's stature, trolled the post with demands for new music from Tyler, asking, "Who cares? Where's the album?" Others made jokes or simply dismissed the tribute as an irrelevant distraction. This was not merely a case of a few bad apples. It was a widespread, nihilistic response that revealed a profound disconnect between the artist and a substantial segment of the audience he commands. The initial spark of this conflict was the fan base's disrespect, but the inferno was highlighted by Tyler's own reaction. Visibly frustrated, he posted and quickly deleted a tweet decrying the behavior of these, quote, sun dodgers, a term widely interpreted as a derogatory reference to white people. More consequentially, he clicked like on a post on the social media platform, his mama named it Twitter, I'm going to call him Twitter, that diagnosed the problem with surgical precision. Quote, Tyler's fan base hates black music, despite Tyler himself having a very deep love and appreciation for it. Nigga has Charlie Wilson, Erykah Badu, DJ Drama, etc. collaborations, and they still refuse to engage with black art on any meaningful level. Very cannibalistic. That single click transformed the narrative. The spotlight swiveled away from the unruly fans and fixed its glare directly on their creator. Hi, I like how you do that. See, generally they don't. Generally, these reports don't come with any artistic.
No,
but the creator, Tyler, the creator, like, okay, I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
The question was no longer why are his fans so disrespectful, but rather, and this is very poignant, why is Tyler surprised? This report will argue that the jarring events following the D'Angelo tribute were not an anomaly, nor was Tyler the creator an innocent victim of a fan base gone rogue. Instead, this incident represents the inevitable, karmic culmination of a decade-long project. The disrespectful, culturally vacant fans who desecrated a memorial to a black music icon are not an aberration. They are the monster of Tyler's own creation. They did it again. They did it again. They did it
Nice.
again. Okay.
It's nice.
For the first, most formative part of his career, he meticulously cultivated an edgelord, 4chan adjacent audience built on a foundation of shock value, nihilism, violent misogyny, casual homophobia, and most critically, a performative and profitable anti-blackness. His current frustration is not with an audience that has lost its way, but with an audience that is behaving exactly as it was programmed to. He is not the victim in this scenario. He is the architect, finally forced to inhabit the collapsing house he so carefully built. He is reaping, in the full view of the public, precisely what he has sown. The D'Angelo incident is best understood as the inevitable collision of Tyler's two distinct personas. The tribute itself was an act of the modern, mature Tyler, the artist of Flower Boy and Igor, a man who has openly and beautifully embraced his role as a student and innovator within the rich lineage of black music. The fan response, however, was the legacy of his first creation, the nihilistic, predominantly white adolescent fan base he cultivated during the era of Bastard and Goblin, an audience conditioned to view any expression of sincerity as a weakness and a target for trolling. For years, these two identities, the mature artist and the undisavowed provocateur, existed in a fragile truce. Tyler never formally renounced his past or the fan base it spawned. He simply tried to moonwalk over it, assuming his artistic evolution was absolution enough. The D'Angelo tribute was the moment that truce shattered. His act of sincere reverence, the new Tyler, was met with the exact brand of disrespectful trolling, the old fan base, he once championed, forcing a public reckoning that his years of strategic avoidance could no longer prevent. The foundation of controversy, the Odd Future era, 2009 through 2015. No, hold up, GA. That's not true. GA said that Tyler just now figuring out they rock with him, not us. That's not true, and I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna get into that.
All right, explain that.
To understand.
That sounds true.
Matter of fact, let me do it now because I don't know if it's in this report because I didn't prompt the report that way. I think it was an interview with Ebro. Tyler asked Ebro about accountability.
I'm gonna do my best Scarface impersonation. I never liked him.
Yeah.
I never liked him.
In an August 2021 interview, so 4 years ago, on Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning, Tyler, the creator, questions the nature of cancel culture, asking Ebro and the co-host about the purpose of holding people accountable for past actions. This discussion occurred as Tyler reflected on his own past controversies, including his 2015 ban from the UK. Tyler argued that when people have clearly changed and become better, rehashing their old mistakes is counterproductive. He said, "What's your end goal? Accountable? What does that mean? Is the goal you shouldn't do that? You should change and be a better person?" He mentioned his own history, stating he had been a better person for years after his past missteps. He suggested that focusing only on what someone used to do misses the point of personal evolution. So he has been talking about this for at least 4 years. This isn't some new revelation to him. He has been. I want to rephrase what I just said.
Okay.
He has not been talking about this for the past 4 years. He has been dealing with consequences about this since at least 4 years ago.
So he didn't just find this out. He knew there was some shit.
It was clear. So for those who don't know, basically, because of what this is, I'm not I don't generally reduce when we talk about things like this because I want to be completely fair. But the reduction that I'm going to do, I don't think is unfair. So I'm going to do it. Basically, Tyler was one of those kids that didn't fit in. He was a misfit. And what people tend to champion as Black culture, he didn't really align with completely.
Yes.
And because of that, he was anti Black culture.
Yes.
But again, not actual Black culture, just what is the mainstream considers Black culture. So, like you would, like some of these ignorant people will go on the internet and be like, "Oh, that rock shit, that's not Black." Well,
turns out.
So he was basically on the flip side of that same coin. He was like, okay, y'all say this not Black, y'all say that's not Black. That's what I'm going to embrace, and I'm going to champion the idea that, oh, I don't care if y'all consider it Black. And it was a lot of that. It was a lot of trolling. It was a lot of, oh yes, GA. He's been knew that white people were saying hard R at his concerts.
So
that was
Subconscious Chaos says his fan base is what told me I'd have no interest. I'm telling you, if more people really was observant about what the person is actually cultivating, if you was confused about what they were saying in their songs because it's not part of your whatever, just look at the people that it gravitates to it.
Absolutely. McKenna says so. He was a Black culture nerd. No,
he was the opposite.
Actually. So again, it wasn't. All right. The righteous part of his upbringing was, yes, I'm being shunned by what are supposed to be my people. That is righteous. I will give him that all day.
Right.
The thing is how you respond to that. That is where the disconnect is. How he responded to that wasn't just, you know what? I have confidence in me. I'm going to do the things that I love to do. I'm going to find my tribe. That is how you handle that.
Yeah.
Right? But he took it a step further. Fuck them. Once you include the fuck them, that's where the problems come in. And is that fair? I won't say it is. I won't say it is because I understand the desire to say fuck you to anybody who's shunning you.
Yes.
I absolutely so I won't say it's fair. That doesn't change what it is though.
Especially when you get older.
Yeah.
Because when you get older, in this moment in history that we're living through right now, should be the clearest example of why you think you're escaping a problem from whatever to go someplace where you're the only one or one of the only one of your kind there.
Yeah.
When the truth of the world smacks you, there's nobody there to empathize with you enough to say, hey, you can't do the brother like that.
Right. That's what happens. Like you can't like his maturing was a natural evolution, right? Yeah. Sure, absolutely. And has he matured? Absolutely. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
He don't do none of that shit no more. That does not change that you did it though, especially when you are a public figure that is cultivating a fan base because it's
the answer to his question about why it's important to hold people accountable for what they did, because you caused damage. You contributed to a poisonous narrative that many people carried with them up into their young adult years and was acting like that and thinking that was the cool thing to do and it was edgy and blah, blah, blah. And you moving on from that does not change the damage that you did, so it needs to be addressed. It's like a motherfucker who in politics for years had this one position. Then suddenly, out of the blue, they take the complete opposite one without explaining the process that it took for them to get from point A to point Z.
That's exactly what it is.
You just look like an opportunist who did this. Oh, shit, the wind's blowing this way. That's the way I'm going. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
And so that's what it looks like to the people who are on the side that you're now on.
Yes.
To the people who are on the opposite side, it looks like you're a traitor.
Yep.
So it's really a lose-lose, honestly. In this situation, there's a way to do it.
Men.
Yeah,
there's
there's a way to do it, and he didn't.
Right.
He just again, I will give him all the credit he's due. He just matured.
Yes.
And just
about his business.
Did that. Yeah.
Right.
Like, but you can't. Right? That's just not how this works. Like, you can. He did. He was successful at it.
But then this
happens. Right. So it's like, yo, I just saw my absolute least favorite deleted video ever because he talked about this. And of course he's on Tyler's side. I ain't got time for that.
I didn't even watch. Yo, I saw the thumbnail and I instantly knew where this nigga was going to do. I got to tell you.
He did exactly what you thought he was going to do.
That's why I didn't watch it. It's the reason why my son and some of his friends were kind of into the Odd Future thing.
Yeah.
Now, my son is a little different in the sense that, unlike many kids, they didn't grow up in a house with a father that raps.
Mm-hmm.
That actively raps and all of that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for a lot of things, he wasn't. You couldn't easily influence him about some stuff. However, that does not mean that him and his friends didn't like it. And I remember telling them at the time. By the way, the same thing, some of the same similar stuff that I told him about Drake at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, that shit that shit they over there doing, that shit is garbage. I'm not talking about the talent.
Right.
I'm talking about
Tyler's clearly talented.
Right. I'm talking about the content. That content is garbage. It's garbage content. And it doesn't help anybody. It's just for a bunch of motherfuckers to run around trying to be edgelords and all sort of shit. So I never liked them.
Yep.
I never liked them. All right. And this shit happening to him now is a consequence of that. It's also one of the reasons why a long time ago, certain things that I would rap about, I stopped rapping about. And SBJ can tell you, because he's heard old music of mine from 25, 30 years ago, right? He's heard old music. I stopped rapping like that because I got to a certain point where I realized I was going to attract the wrong motherfuckers after my life had already changed. After I had already stopped doing a lot of that.
Yep.
Do you really want to be doing a show with people that's fans of your shit and they still on that old dumb shit that you was on?
Right.
That can be really dangerous. And I've been to enough shows where the street rappers, I've been to the shows when they came into Baltimore or DC. I've been to them. I know who comes out for that. I want that. No.
Correct.
So I started cultivating my shit. So it can't just be you grow as a person, but you don't grow musically as well. And you're still cultivating that. I'm telling you now, it's a bad look. In the same way you don't want to be around a bad crowd of people because you get judged for the shit they do, you one of them, right? This is very similar, right? I am proud of the audience I cultivated when I was super active. I'm proud of that. I've literally had conversations with groups of them, and we talking about some stuff that has nothing to do with denigrating anybody else.
Yeah.
Right? I'm proud of that. But he, on the other hand, as much as he changed himself, it's too late. You already got these fools right here.
Yeah, there wasn't much of an explanation of the change.
GA said, do you want to go to an NBA Youngboy show or not? No.
Nah.
No.
So, all right, back to the report. The foundation of controversy, the Our Future era. To understand the backlash, one must first excavate the bedrock of Tyler, the Creator's career, laid between 2009 and 2015. This was the period in which he, as the de facto leader of Our Future, Wolfgang Killermo, that's the whole name, remember that, deliberately constructed a brand and a following not merely in spite of controversy, but through it. His early persona was a masterclass in calculated provocation designed to attract a specific demographic of disinfected youth by being as offensive as possible. The fan base that desecrated his D'Angelo attribute was not an accidental byproduct of his art. It was the intended product of a meticulously executed strategy. The following table provides a chronological map of his sowing phase, linking his artistic output directly to the controversies that defined his brand and cultivated his audience. Era, The Provocateur Rises, 2009 through 2012. Key project, Bastard and Goblin. Artistic style / persona, horrorcore, edgelord, provocateur, therapist session framing, raw lo-fi production. Defining controversies, lyrics normalizing rape fantasies, homophobic slurs, inciting moshing and antagonizing crowds. Defining controversies, praise for R. Kelly, offensive comments about Selena Gomez, dissing numerous artists like Bruno Mars and B.O.B. Fan base cultivation and impact attracted a cult-like following of predominantly white adolescent skate rats, created an in-group versus out-group dynamic based on tolerance for offense, positioned as a safe entry to hip-hop for non-black listeners alienated by mainstream black culture. That's 2009 to 2012.
Okay.
2013 to 2014, The Edgelord Architect. Key projects, Wolf and Loiter Squad, which was a TV show. Artistic style / persona, transition towards jazzier influences and more vulnerability, but still steeped in antagonism. Persona as a chaotic, unpredictable prankster. Defining controversies, Free Earl campaign, weaponized fans against Earl Sweatshirt's mother, continued use of slurs, though slightly less frequent. Actions on Loiter Squad normalized public disruption and trolling. Defining controversies, disparaging Black History Month, mocking Ferguson protests, joking about affirmative action and distrust of black men. Fan base cultivation and impact, solidified fan base as a tool for public spectacle. The TV show provided a visual language for the troll ethos, further radicalizing his young audience, for reinforcing his "I'm not like other blacks" posture, making him more palatable to a white suburban audience. The Experimental Pivot, 2015, Cherry Bomb. Artistic style / persona, abrasive, experimental, punk and soul influenced sound, deliberately alienated mainstream listeners. Defining controversies, banned from the UK and Australia for his lyrical content. Criticized VIPs at Coachella for lack of enthusiasm, continuing his antagonistic relationship with audiences. Defining controversies, tweeted, "Although it's no more, those 7 letters are forever," signaling the unofficial end of Our Future. Fan base cultivation and impact. The album's difficult sound filtered his audience, retaining the hardcore troll fans while perplexing newer listeners. His defiance in the face of international bans was celebrated by his core fan base as a badge of honor, reinforcing that anti-establishment identity. Now, here's a part of where that is contradictory, because he didn't like the fact that he was banned. He hated the fact that he was banned, because at this point, he had started to grow the fuck up and started to become an adult. So he hated the fact that he couldn't perform for his fans. That shit ate him up. And it's like, I legitimately believe that wasn't a money thing. That was him legitimately wanting to give back to his fans and not being able to. That's the UK and Australia being banned from both of those niggas. So the Edgelord Architect, Tyler's Tyler Okoma's early success was not accidental, nor was he merely an angry youth venting into a microphone. He was a savvy performer and a brilliant, if malevolent, brand strategist. He consciously constructed a character, an angry 4chan adjacent troll whose entire public face and identity was designed to be completely abrasive and purposely infuriating. His output across music, social media, and television was consistently marked by the profane, the misogynistic, and the ultraviolet. This was not a flaw in his art, it was a central feature. He understood that in the burgeoning ecosystem of online outrage, any attention, positive or negative, was a currency that could be leveraged for fame and influence. The lyrical content, the social media provocations, and the antagonistic stage presence were all deliberate components of a persona engineered for maximum shock. This is a critical distinction. The fan base that emerged from this era was not an unintended consequence of his expression,
That's
but
what he wanted.
direct, calculated result of his marketing.
That's what he wanted.
Weaponized lyrics, a catalog of transgression. The primary tool in Tyler's arsenal was his lyrical content, which systematically targeted cultural taboos with a glee that his audience found thrilling. His early albums, Bastard and Goblin, served as a manifesto for this approach, creating a blueprint of transgression that would define his brand for years. Misogyny and rape fantasies, central to his early work, were graphic and remorseless depictions of sexual violence. These were not subtle allusions or complex metaphors. They were blunt, horrifying fantasies presented as entertainment. On the track Tron Cat, he raps the infamous line, "Are a pregnant bitch and tell my friends I had a threesome." On Splatter, the lyrics include, "F Tyler, I'ma change my name to Uncle Phil, cause every girl I F, it's against her will." These are just two examples from a deep well of content that was, as one critic described it, graphic enough to send the vomit rising along with the bile. When confronted with criticism, his defense was simple and dismissive. It's fucking art. Listen to the fucking story. Yet he has never publicly apologized for or expressed remorse over this material, instead maintaining that he was simply young and that it was cool at the time. This content was a foundational pillar of his brand, conditioning his audience to accept and even celebrate violent misogyny as a form of edgy humor, homophobia as a tool. Equally integral to his persona was the prolific and deliberate use of homophobic slurs. His 2011 album Goblin reportedly uses the F word and its variants a staggering 213 times.
Hold up. And why is that ironic, you might ask?
Because he's bisexual. So it goes along with the whole self-hating thing.
Yes, sir.
Because
Sir.
one of Deleted's points, which was so fucking misguided that I almost turned the video off there, but instead it actually got me to start doing the research for this article, was, no, I'm not hearing it because y'all let all the non-black people do these things and no one bats an eye. No. Tyler today, I'm not talking about the past, right? I'm not talking about the past.
Oh my goodness,
but the controversy right now with Tyler is that he now is on his pro-black shit, and his fan base that he cultivated is decidedly anti-black.
Yes.
Why? Because his music was anti-black. So, no, it is not about the rape jokes, while they aren't great. That's not what the main thing is. It's not about the rape jokes. It's not about any of that other shit. It's not about being edgy for the sake of being.
No, it's not.
It's not about those things.
It's not about any. Listen, this is one of the things that has always confused me about Deleted. So there are sometimes he'll do a video and his morality is right there. It's all right. He's getting at this person for all the reasons. He has an understanding of the reasons why this is some bullshit. And in many cases, the fans of his targets don't get it. They don't get it. But in this case, you don't get it, do you? Yeah. You really don't see what the problem was he
I
did
ain't
it.
gonna hold you. And this is way too controversial for me to just throw out here like this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Right.
I see that with a lot of West Coast artists.
Oh, okay.
And Deleted is from the Bay.
Yeah, he's from the Bay. Yeah.
I see this with a lot of West Coast. There will be topics that people will talk about, and when you hear about West Coast artists' takes on them, they are a lot less understanding of the pro-black of it all.
Which
that's
is
not
weird
to say,
to me.
That's not to say that they aren't pro-black.
Right.
Because clearly, but there are specific topics when you talk about it. Exactly. Like there are very specific topics that when you get into and a lot of West Coast artists talk about, they somehow miss some of the pro-black of it.
Right.
And collectively somehow. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So Subconscious Chaos. Do you think he can grow from it and get to a place of authenticity? The answer is yes, he did. He has that, but in his music.
And he skipped steps.
Yes, he skipped a bunch of steps. He has not done that publicly away from a beat.
Yeah.
That is what the issue is.
Because that's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. Like, all right, so you got to figure. And again, this is wholly different. Because these days ain't like it was during the era of the Source magazine.
Yeah.
Where the only time you really saw your favorite rappers was either in an article, if they was doing a concert, they may do an interview on some shit. You ain't really see them. Now, though, this is an era where artists can communicate directly to their fan base on a regular fucking basis if they choose. So this is wholly his fault because him skipping those steps didn't need to be. It didn't need to be. He could have just like the same way he cultivated this campaign of ignorant bullshit and garbage, he could have cultivated his glow up.
Yeah.
Same way.
Yeah. It's to McKenna's point. The thing is, Tyler is far too smart to not recognize this and could find a way to truly disavow his old rhetoric, but instead he keeps dismissing it as I was a stupid kid. That's the big issue here.
That's the issue.
That's the big issue here. This idea and this, and maybe he doesn't feel the same way he did 4 years ago when he did that interview with Ebro. However, that's a dumbass take. First of all, and it feels like a lot of Deleted's points were like an extrapolation on that concept of, cancel culture and accountability. What do you want accountability to be? First of all, as we've said on here so many times, cancel culture is not real. Nobody actually gets canceled. No. That's not what the fuck happens.
No.
That does not happen. No. There have been times when I've been able to say the only person that's actually been canceled is like Kevin Spacey. He's not canceled anymore.
Yeah,
a part of that is because he went through trial, he was found not guilty, blah, 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 blah. Sure. People don't get fucking canceled. Chrisette Michele. That's it.
And also, I hated the idea because with that all that shit got conflated with is shit that consumers do all the time.
Yes.
If SPJ goes to a restaurant and the service was shitty, they put a roach in his beer, the waitress was unresponsive, we just walked past them and I asked them for any they need anything, any of that shit. The floor was dirty and shit, all of that. And he comes back and says to me, "Hey, Toon, I just went to such and such restaurant. They are fucking filthy. The staff doesn't give a damn. They just in there just to be in there, and they don't even clean up well." That's me hearing him going, "I'm not fucking with that." That's him as a consumer that had an experience with a service that wasn't good, went out and told people, "Hey, yo, they ain't shit. I'm never fucking with them again." How is that any different than some shit-eating actor getting on some interview in a magazine or on a TV show or whatever and spewing some racist or homophobic or anti-woman bullshit, and the consumers who typically consume his shit saying, "You know what? I don't rock with that. Yeah. I don't rock with that. I'm not fucking with him anymore." Yeah. And then telling their friends, "You know what this motherfucker said?
Right.
That is no difference.
No different. It's called consequences. It's the consequences of your actions. I don't have You put out a song that I like.
Right.
I am under no obligation to continue to support your work. Under no circumstances.
Under no circumstances.
Whatever I feel is worthy of me no longer supporting your work, guess what? It's worthy of me no longer supporting your work. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
It comes with this whole idea of people in my generation, Tyler, and younger, hating, it's the whole hating thing.
Yes.
Like, oh, you're hating. No, I don't like the thing. I cannot like the thing. Just because other people like the thing doesn't mean I have to like the thing.
You know what
and I can pick whatever reason I want to not like the thing.
You know what you have to do? You have to tell them, yo, you hating on the shit I don't like. You hating on the fact that I don't like some shit.
Like, what is happening? So it's that type of thing. And it's again, cancel culture is not actually a thing. Are there people who get fired for doing stupid shit they should never have done? Absolutely. That's not being canceled.
And a lot of that has to do with them not making the proper adjustments
Correct.
to the environment we currently live in.
Correct.
For instance, years ago, before there was the internet, I'm old enough to remember that and have had the jobs at that time.
Yeah.
There are things you could do outside of work and nobody hear about that shit. That shit would not happen, right?
Thanks.
Society changed.
Yep.
Technology changed.
Yep.
How people communicate changed. It made it a lot easier for your monkey ass to do some of that goofball ass shit you was out there doing and for it to get back to your employer. And now your employer, think about this. You have a Chinese employer, Chinese American employer, right? That's your boss. You went online and start talking crazy about Asians. Talking crazy. Now, before the internet, you could get away with that because it would never get back to your boss.
Ever.
But because the internet is what the internet is, and your boss sees that shit, why then would he want to work with your goofy ass?
That part.
Get your ass the fuck up out of here.
That part. What you guys are really having an issue with is the power of protest.
Yes.
That's really what you have an issue
with.
Because generally, protest has required so much physically from people that energy was never used on things that you might deem more frivolous.
Right.
Generally, in the past, people would have to leave their houses and not go to work and physically travel to a place where they are together and have a plan and have meetings. And now I can say, hey, yo, you know your employee just did this? And somebody else can be like, yeah, I saw that too. And then 10 more people can be like, yeah, I saw those things too. And here's the video of them doing that thing. Right? So that shit can happen, which what would take months back in the day could happen in 5 minutes.
Facts.
That's what you guys have issue with.
And motherfuckers have not some of you motherfuckers have not adjusted. And by the way, it's not even just in this arena. In a lot of arena, I see motherfuckers who have not adjusted to the current reality of the world. You have not adjusted because you keep thinking you can do some of the same bullshit you did back in the day and nobody going to check you on it because don't nobody know. It's not like that anymore, boss. It's just not. And y'all going to have to come to the realization that the world has changed and you have to navigate yourself in this shit. It's not what it used to be. So when I see you come online and start doing all this lid flipping about how somebody got somebody fired because they did such and such and such. Hey, boss, why you do it online?
That part.
Why was you doing it, period? Why'd you do it online?
Ain't nobody get you fired. You got yourself fired.
You got yourself fired, B.
That's how that works.
Straight off the muscle, as somebody who used to be in management, right? I'm gonna tell you, straight off the line, if I saw any of my employees doing some shit that I'm like, no, I don't want you in here. I don't want you in here. Especially, I had to fire a motherfucker once because he kept finding himself in a woman's locker room. Yo, get out. I'm not arguing. I'm not having a conversation. Get the fuck out.
That part.
Get the fuck out.
Christie says the only cancel culture I've ever noticed in the U.S. affects people below middle class. If you have money, you can do almost anything. And that's why there's no such thing as cancel culture, because you can't be canceled if you're not.
You have to be broke already.
You have to be famous.
Already. Yep.
You have to be famous in order to get canceled. It's not canceling. It's just consequences.
Also, when you say culture, if you are a brokey, you're not known by most of the culture.
That part.
The culture
it's not. Yeah, no, that's not. That's what we call consequences. Yes, absolutely.
It's called consequence culture,
basically. So Tyler used the F word, and obviously not fuck. And its variance is staggering 213 times on this album. His justification for this was a masterclass in disingenuous provocation. He claimed he was not homophobic, but rather that he used the slur because of its power to wound. Quote, I just think it hits and hurts people. It hits. This is a clear admission that the slur was chosen specifically for its capacity to cause harm, making it a tool of pure shock value. The presence of openly gay Odd Future member Sid the Kid was often used by defenders as a shield against accusations of homophobia. However, Sid herself later reflected on this, wondering if she was being used as the get out of jail card.
You was.
That allowed the group. I mean, no, I wouldn't even argue that. Well, at the time, maybe.
Because at the time,
yeah. But also Frank Ocean. Like, this is a group of misfits in so many ways. And never mind. I'm not going into that.
I would say this though. It's kind of how I be feeling when I see a bunch of niggas being around people who are not from their community, and allowing them without pushback to say
absolutely
virulent anti-black shit.
100%.
Then that person that did it is now bringing them up in the conversation with me about how that makes it okay.
100%.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, that's that bullshit. The dynamic reveals a conscious strategy, leveraging a diverse group identity to provide cover for deploying hateful language as a means of cultivating an audience that delights in transgression. Exactly. Violent Disses and Nihilism. The breakout single, Yonkers, encapsulated his strategy of building a reputation on nihilistic violence. The lyrics, stab Bruno Mars in his goddamn esophagus, became a notorious calling card. Tyler later dismissed the entire song as a joke, a parody of New York hip-hop that he created in minutes. But to his burgeoning fan base, the intent was irrelevant. The appeal was the raw, unprovoked aggression. It was a part of the broader performance of antagonism that Rolling Stone admitted was, for all its bad vibes, somehow mesmerizing. This mesmerized demographic, young, disaffected, and predominantly male, was drawn to the nihilism. They were not interested in parody or artistic intent. They were interested in the thrill of watching someone tear things down, a thrill that Tyler provided in abundance. Anti-blackness for shock and applause. While his misogyny and homophobia were widely debated, the most insidious and relevant element of his early persona in the context of the D'Angelo incident was his consistent and performative anti-blackness. This was not an occasional misstep, but a recurring theme in his public statements and visual branding, designed to alienate him from mainstream black culture and in doing so, make him more appealing to a white suburban audience. A pattern of disparagement. The recent rediscovery of his old social media posts has laid this pattern bare. The evidence is a damning indictment of a young black artist who found cultural and commercial capital in disparaging his own community. His tweets from the early 2010s read like a checklist of anti-black talking points on Black History Month. I hate Black History Month. Why the fuck do you have to fucking separate niggas still? Oh, it's paying homage to our heroes. Fuck that. This statement dismisses a crucial period of cultural recognition with the flippant, pseudo-intellectual argument of a contrarian, a posture that would appeal to an audience that feels alienated by such commemorations. On the Ferguson riots, in the midst of nationwide protests against the police killing of Michael Brown, Tyler tweeted, and black people are currently mad right now, but in 2 weeks we'll be over it because they really don't care. Cool hashtag though, right? This is a profoundly cynical and dismissive take on black pain and protest, echoing right-wing criticism of social justice movements and trivializing the collective anger of the black community on black people in general. Other resurfaced posts include jokes about affirmative action. Ha ha ha, some black chick works here. Affirmative, nigga. The derogatory descriptions of his distrust for, quote, random black dudes. This was not simply youthful ignorance, because he was in his 30s when he said these things. Tyler is like 2 years older than me. Or something like
them,
that.
just like them motherfuckers in that email that got that chat line that got these motherfuckers was 30 and 40. Get the fuck out of here.
I think Tyler was like 36 or so when he tweeted some of this shit.
Right.
I'm not like the other blacks. This posture served a crucial marketing purpose. By performing a version of black self-hatred, he signaled to a predominantly white audience that he was safe. He shared their disdain for the very cultural touchstones like Black History Month or social justice protests that they might find alienating or uncomfortable. He was selling them a version of blackness that was palatable because it was at its core hostile to itself. This made him the perfect entry point to black music for non-black listeners who wanted the cultural cachet of hip-hop without having to engage with the complexities or politics of black culture.
By the way, there's another term for all that shit he was doing. It's called cooning.
Yep.
It's called
controversial imagery and merchandise. This performative anti-blackness extended to his visual branding and merchandise. Art Future's products included reappropriations of Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazi iconography, often draped in rainbow colors for a veneer of ironic detachment, as well as shirts and hats adorned with Sambo caricatures. This imagery functioned as a form of cultural tourism for his white fans. It allowed them to engage with the most transgressive symbols of American racism in a way that felt edgy and consequence-free. By purchasing and wearing a shirt with a blackface caricature sold to them by a black artist, they were given a pass. Tyler was not just an artist, he was an enabler, providing his white audience with the tools to participate in a sanitized, commodified version of racial transgression. He built his kingdom on this foundation of shock, and it is those very citizens who are now refusing to respect the new, more sincere laws he wishes to impose. Cultivating the Sun Dodgers, building a fan base on alienation. The persona detail in the previous section was not merely an artistic choice. It was a powerful engine for audience cultivation. Tyler, the Creator, did not stumble into a fan base of nihilistic trolls. He actively recruited them, using his platform to create a cult-like following built on a shared identity of antagonism and alienation. The culturally ignorant fans who populated his D'Angelo tribute were the direct, intentional, and desired outcome of his years-long effort. He was, in fact, the Pied Piper of the disaffected, and the tune he played was one of relentless provocation. Let me see. The Pivot and the Amnesia. The post-Flower Boy reckoning. Beginning around 2017, Tyler, the Creator, initiated one of the most remarkable artistic transformations in modern music. The abrasive horrorcore-influenced provocateur gave way to a vulnerable, sonically ambitious musician. However, this artistic evolution was not accompanied by a parallel journey of personal accountability. He pivoted his sound, but never atoned for the cultural damage he had wrought, creating a schism between his new art and his old audience. This failure to reckon with his past is the critical error that led directly to the D'Angelo debacle. He built a new house on the old toxic foundation and was then shocked when the ground began to tremble. An evolution without atonement. There is no denying the genuine and profound nature of Tyler's artistic growth. His 2017 album Flower Boy was a watershed moment, a lush and introspective work that saw him exploring themes of loneliness, identity, and sexuality with a newfound vulnerability. He followed this with 2019's Igor, a gender-bending, Grammy-winning concept album about a love triangle that was entirely written, produced, and arranged by Tyler himself. These albums cemented his status as one of the most important and innovative artists of his generation. Yet, this artistic maturation was starkly contrasted by a complete refusal to publicly reckon with or apologize for the specific transgressions of his past. While he acknowledged that he had outgrown his old persona, stating that talking about rape and cutting bodies up no longer interested him, he never expressed remorse for the impact of those words. He never directly addressed the harm caused by his prolific use of homophobic slurs, his violent misogyny, or his pattern of anti-black commentary. Instead of atonement, He offered only dismissal, treating his past as a juvenile phase that required no further examination. This created a dangerous void. He had evolved, but he left the monster he created, his own fan base, unaddressed and unchecked, allowing their toxic culture to fester into the darker corners of his fandom while he basked in the critical acclaim of his new work. The result of this evolution without atonement is a fractured and deeply conflicted fan base. Tyler now commands two distinct armies that are ideologically at war with each other. On one side are the legacy fans, the original edgelords, who were attracted by the transgressive chaos of the Odd Future era and who have never been given a reason to change their ways. On the other side is the new guard, a more emotionally attuned and diverse audience that discovered Tyler through the vulnerability of Flower Boy and the artistry of Igor. The D'Angelo incident was the moment this schism erupted into open conflict. The behavior of the old guard, the trolling, the disrespect, the cultural ignorance, was horrifying to the new fans, who see Tyler as a sensitive and important artist. The clash in the comment section was a microcosm of the larger unresolved conflict within Tyler's own career. He had successfully cultivated a new audience, but had failed to either reform or disown the old one, leaving them to collide in a spectacular and damaging fashion. At the heart of this issue is Tyler's apparent belief in a fallacy of artistic absolution. His actions suggest he operates under the assumption that creating brilliant, critically acclaimed art retroactively cleanses the sins of the past. In the court of public opinion, and perhaps in his own mind, the genius of Igor is supposed to negate the ugliness of a goblin. This is a common narrative in pop culture criticism, where the latter masterpieces of a controversial artist are often used to reframe their early transgressions as the immature fumblings of a budding genius. Tyler himself leans heavily into this narrative, believing his artistic evolution is sufficient justification to moonwalk over his past actions. The D'Angelo backlash is a powerful and public rejection of this fallacy. It demonstrates that the social and cultural damage caused by his early career was not, in fact, erased by his subsequent good albums. The toxic fan base he cultivated did not simply disappear when he started incorporating jazz chords and singing about heartbreak. The monster was still there, lurking, because he had never confronted it. Tyler thought he could outrun his past by making better art, but he failed to understand a crucial distinction. Artistic evolution addresses a deficit in craft, but the human and cultural consequences of his early work required direct atonement, not just a better album. The backlash is the sound of a culture refusing to accept that a Grammy Award can substitute for accountability. The controversy surrounding Tyler and his tribute to D'Angelo should not be viewed as the beginning of a new problem, but as a long overdue conclusion to a narrative of his own making. For over a decade, he operated as a master architect of outrage, building a brand and a fan base on a foundation of calculated transgression. The events of October 2025 were simply the moment the chickens, which he had so carefully bred and raised, finally came to roost. This was not a random act by an unruly mob. It was a reckoning, the inevitable climax of a story of cause and effect that Tyler himself authored. This incident represents the moment Tyler was, quote, forced to reckon with things he'd spent the last few years pretending he could simply walk away from. When he looked at the disrespectful comments from his fans and reacted with frustration, he was, in essence, expressing frustration with a mirror. The nihilism, the cultural illiteracy, and the entitled trolling were all reflections of the very persona he had perfected and profited from during his formative years. The fan base was not malfunctioning. It was operating exactly as designed. His anger was not that of a victim, but that of a creator who has lost control of his creation and is horrified by its enduring, monstrous loyalty to its original programming.
Frankenstein's monster is whooping his ass.
I mean, in the face of his career-defining backlash, Tyler's response has been one of public silence and private panic. This lack of a direct statement, combined with the frantic real-time deletion of his old incriminating tweets, amounts to a tacit...
niggas. I'm tired of y'all niggas. I swear I'm tired of y'all niggas, man.
Amounts to a tacit confession of guilt. These are not the actions of an artist who is confident in his growth and secure in his evolution. They are the actions of someone who knows he is culpable and is desperately trying to hide the evidence.
Nigga.
His panicked scrubbing of his digital footprint is a stark betrayal of the defiant, I don't give a fuck persona he so carefully crafted. It demonstrated that he understands the toxicity of his past statements, and more importantly, that he recognizes the direct causal link between those statements and the current behavior of his fans. His silence is not a sign of strength, but an admission that he has no credible defense. Ultimately, Tyler, the Creator, is not a victim of cancel culture or an unfair social media pylon. He is the architect of his own outrage. He spent the most crucial years of his career meticulously designing and building a fan base on a blueprint of shock value, misogyny, homophobia, and a profitable form of anti-Black sentiment. For years, he enjoyed the fruits of his labor, reaping fame, wealth, and a cult-like devotion from the audience he had cultivated. Now, as he attempts to inhabit a new, more thoughtful and mature artistic space, the structural integrity of his original design is failing. The foundation built on a bed of nihilism is cracking under the weight of his newfound sincerity. The D'Angelo incident was the first tremor, a warning that the house he built is unstable. He cannot condemn the trolls in his comments without acknowledging that he is the one who taught them how to troll. He cannot demand respect for Black music icons from an audience he conditioned to disrespect Black culture. He is not being victimized by an unruly mob. He is being confronted by the logical consequences of his own actions. He is reaping with bitter irony exactly what he so methodically and so profitably sowed.
Listen, I'm just going to say this. It's guys like him who opened the doorway for motherfuckers being able, who are not part of our community, using our art form to spew anti-Black bullshit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers out here rapping about lynching. All that. He helped degrade that conversation to such a degree that a lot of those kids that grew up listening to him are on that bullshit.
Facts.
So, do I feel any pity for him?
Oh,
no. No. Fuck him. Because, to quote Scarface yet again, I never liked him. I never did. And when he changed his music, I was like, cool. But the stain of that other shit kept me like, And probably that was because there was no chain of redemption. There was no, it was simply one day I heard, oh, he's not doing that other shit anymore.
Yeah, he skipped steps.
That's it. He skipped steps. So it's hard for you to have a redemption arc.
Correct.
There's no stories.
There's no arc. Yeah, there's no arc.
There's no arc. It's a straight line from being a fucking anti-Black, anti-woman, a homophobic troll, to now I have evolved into the
So one of Deleted's points was y'all the long told, often told idiom. Y'all just don't understand him.
Listen.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that, right? Here's the problem with that. You can't troll yourself out of the truth. Yeah. You simply cannot. Like you can, like, all right. For anybody who's ever like participated in the dozens or some shit like that, right?
Oh shit.
And you know, you in the schoolyard or the class or the lunchroom or the hallway between periods.
And you're giving your mates what for?
What for? And why come? And you start talking about how fat and ugly his mama is. And, you know, he initially doesn't seem affected because He knows that his mother is not fat or ugly.
Right.
However, the crowd joins in and exacerbates all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a part of that story that never gets told is like when parent-teacher conferences and stuff like that happens, and his mother actually comes to the school, and she is neither fat nor ugly.
Yeah.
And it tends not to happen that way anymore because you can't out-troll the truth. In the moment, the trolling is going to work. The trolling always works in the moment.
Yeah.
Because nobody is caring about the truth in
No.
that moment. They're just
And
caring
also,
about being entertained.
They're ignorant to what your mom looks like.
Absolutely.
So she could be.
She could very well be. This
She could be.
nigga know him better than I do. Maybe he's seen his mother. Maybe his mother is fat.
No, they friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, not the case.
GA said, then he brings up your dead sister.
Right. And you ain't never had a sister. Your mother only had one child.
Right.
Doesn't matter. In the moment, for the entertainment of it all, what's said is what's important.
And
when
now
things
you're
progress,
also looking crazy right now because he said something about the dead sister you never had.
right.
The crowd doesn't know that.
Correct.
You didn't punch him dead in his face.
Correct.
So now you pussy. You let that man talk
There's
about
so
your
many-
dead sister. I don't have a dead sister.
I don't have a dead sister. Doesn't matter. DNA. Your mom is mentally disabled. My mother is not mentally disabled.
GA said, and it escalates way too far. Then you'll find mama walking.
See? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
you're a bus driver. I never drove a bus.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? No. So here's the thing. One of my friends, super pro black, huge Tyler fan. Right? I've never been into Tyler the Creator. I don't know a single Tyler the Creator song.
I never liked them.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I never
But like I legitimately do not know a single Tyler.
Wait a minute. Did you hear even if it's just a clip of him dissing Rod Digger?
No.
Oh, so you never even heard the offending
I'm
line.
not. Yo, I don't know any Tyler the Creator lyrics, except a couple of lines from his new shit.
Right.
So,
yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I heard one of his newest songs not that long ago. I can't tell you now any lines.
Sure.
It's not that it was bad.
No. Listen,
didn't.
the nigga is extremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to take that from him because we don't have to. That's not the argument.
Right. Also, I don't have to take that from him because I don't place as much value on that as other people do in these discussions.
Correct.
So he can have that.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
And even what I'm mad at.
Right. That doesn't discredit any critique being made about him, and it doesn't absolve him of any fucking thing. So when motherfuckers be talking about how talented the motherfucker is, I'd be like, okay, cool, but that ain't really what we talking about.
Yeah, that's dope
right now. That don't absolve him.
Sure, fine. His verse on the Clips album, dope.
That's
dope.
Like saying, yo, but his shoelaces be clean as shit. All right.
That's
all right.
We'll give him credit for that. Doesn't have anything to do with the conversation.
That's what we talk about, right? Fuck out of here.
His verse on the Clips album, dope. His little freestyle for over that Kendrick beat, dope. So, like, those are cool. So I'm talking to my homegirl, and the new Tyler album comes out. She's like, "Oh my god, a new Tyler album!" Blah blah blah. Okay.
Relax.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Relax.
Oh, you don't like Tyler? Never really been into him. Now this is weeks ago. So this is before the backlash
all the shit. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So honestly, all that other shit wasn't top of mind. Right. It was really, for me, it was just like, he's dope. Sure. Like, but also, I'm not a fan because I don't have to. Because I don't have to be a fan of somebody just because they're talented.
Yeah, facts.
I don't.
Facts.
I don't have to like something just because it's good.
Yeah, facts.
I don't. That doesn't mean I dislike it. I can acknowledge that I'm an artist.
It just might mean this is technically good.
Yeah, it's just not for me.
It don't move me though.
Funny enough, conversation with the same girl about a different artist.
Mm-hmm.
It was something about Beyonce and the song Halo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is a masterpiece. And
it is.
She's like, what? I'm like, yes, this is a masterpiece.
It's masterfully
just
done.
Because you are a fan of Beyonce and you like more recent and more unpopular deep cuts on her 7th album on the B-side that nobody that you can only listen to if you buy this specific phone and hold it upside down and point it towards the moon when Mercury's in retrograde.
Not retrograde.
Like that doesn't fucking mean anything. It doesn't change that the song I'm talking about is very well technically.
It's very constructed,
put together and performed.
Yeah,
the song I'm talking about is still a masterpiece, whether you want to be a Nazi about her work or not. Like that doesn't change that fact.
Right.
So once this shit hit, I avoided it for a while. I tried to stay away from it. But yesterday, when I was writing the article, because it wasn't a gotcha. It was just a conversation. Like we don't talk on the phone or anything. We just text. So like I know that some conversations are more difficult to have just through text. So I kind of stayed away from it. But I just couldn't help it because I was about to write the article. So let me see if I can find it.
You know, I think that there needs to be a bit of reconstruction around certain phrases that we say axiomatically, and they need to have some context. For instance, nobody likes, and this is a saying that I've been hearing since I was a kid, nobody likes somebody to say, I told you so. It's time to recontextualize that. The reason people don't like...
You don't need to hate me then, because I informed you thusly.
And it's with good reason. The reason you hate that is because you were ignorant about what the fuck you were saying, and the other person was more in tune. That's why you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Not because the other person is inherently being obnoxious, because it could be the case, but
I also am being obnoxious.
Oh, well, I mean, it's us.
Yeah.
But it's us. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily follow that the person's being obnoxious. It's like, yo, didn't I tell you this motherfucker? Yo, I did the same thing. The same thing that's happening now with Tyler, the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the same thing about that as I did about Drake. It took some years. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I had to live through the barbs of the people saying, same with Nicki, by the way.
That's funny because you said barbs. I heard it.
Exactly.
I heard it.
I heard it.
I see it.
Right there.
I see it.
Same stuff that I've been saying about these characters for years, and it took people to catch up. Maybe the accumulation of their excesses finally was so heavy that it collapsed upon their consciousness and their intellectualism that they now have to acknowledge, damn, boy, they ain't, And I saw that then.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it then. And I told you, and you laughed.
That's hilarious.
You laughed.
That's hilarious.
So that keying and all that you got right then, that's cool. But then you gotta allow me on the other end,
yo,
to get mine.
That's one of the reasons why I'm very specific with my takes, because of assholes like you and me, right? Because I want to be very intentional and specific.
Yes.
Because when something comes back around, there is going to be something that I'm wrong about. Yes. But in that take, I'm going to be able to find something I can still defend.
Exactly.
I'm going to be able to find something I can still defend. All right, so the conversation with her, I said, I have a question. She said, okay. I said, why do you like Tyler so much? She said, are we talking just music? I said, let's go with everything. She says, So for a while, I refused to listen to him because of those lyrics about having sex with dead people and other stuff.
Yeah,
mind you, in this report, the necrophilia didn't come up.
Nope.
So that's another thing. But anyway, but my niece kept asking, and I love Frank Ocean, so I thought the tweets were years ago. I figured he might have grown. I didn't care for Call Me If You Get Lost at first, so I didn't think he was really going to be a thing. But then I listened to Flower Boy and Features, and I got hooked. I like his lyricism, his flow. He's really talented music-wise too, and musically, the musicality on Chromacopia is really amazing. I also appreciate the growth over albums. So, because of this response, I wasn't about to argue with her.
Of course.
I just said, okay, cool. Then she said, why? I said, shit. I said, okay. Wow. I said, because of the current backlash and all the anti-black stuff. She said, I'm struggling. Now, when she said I'm struggling, I thought she was, because she don't be in like current events like that. So I'm thinking she's like lost, like she doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I said, just Google Tyler the Creator backlash. She said, no, I know what you're talking about. She said, I'm saying it's a struggle for me. And I'm like, okay. I can't get mad at I can't get mad at that. Because
well, for the record, when it comes to shit like that, there is a certain amount of peace.
Sure.
When you have clarity.
Yo.
It is.
That is why my take on musicians and them doing fuck shit is what it is. I've always believed that once an artist releases art, it is no longer theirs. I've always believed that. Therefore, if you end up being on some fuck shit, I'm going to still listen to my art that came from you. You're just not going to profit from it. It's very simple for me. I'm not conflicted in any way. That's why I'm still going to listen to the songs and watch the movies that I like, but you're not going to profit from it.
Clarity. I'm telling you, clarity. Most of your stress that you're going to have in your life, most of your anxiety that you're going to have in your life is because of a lack of clarity.
Yeah, it comes from not being sure.
Not being sure. What I'm saying is there are things that I absolutely struggle with. Mm-hmm. That ain't one of them. When a motherfucker does some anti-black stuff, that's my community. That's me. That's my mom. That's my kid.
Thanks.
That's my wife. Mm-hmm. I am clear.
Yeah.
Right. Like, don't take much for me to. Oh, that's what you think about us?
I'm no longer going to support you.
You think about us? Okay.
No longer going to support you, and I'm probably. I ain't gonna get into that because that turns into a thought experiment. But to finish this out, she said, "What are your thoughts?" I said, "Well,
never get see." God damn it! Ask this man thoughts.
No, I didn't do what I could have did. I didn't do what I could have did. I wanted to do, but I didn't do it. I said, well, I'm not a Tyler fan. He's getting exactly what he deserves, in my opinion. And she said, I know you're not a fan. I'm just asking as a person. And I said, but I just answered you.
Yeah.
I said, do you want something more specific from me?
Right.
She said, no, I got the answer. I said, okay.
See?
Yeah, because I don't.
She know she's his friend.
Yeah, we not. Listen.
And also, she might want to struggle a little bit about it.
Yes.
And listen to you break that shit down. It leaves her no room to struggle anymore.
And that's one of the reasons why I was hesitant to bring it up. Mm-hmm. Because, God damn it. All right. So there are certain things that I try not to say on the show.
Of course.
I try not to dig into what would be my version of nihilism, right? Like the idea that certain things don't matter, it's true. Mm-hmm. That directly conflicts with the idea that we have power and we can change things. And so I try not to bring it up. I bring it up very seldom. I have to in this case. Me not listening, I can't boycott Tyler the Creator.
No.
Why?
Don't listen.
Because I don't listen to Tyler the Creator.
No.
There's nothing I can do about that. And in the event that I ruin Tyler the Creator for one person, that still does nothing to Tyler the Creator.
Right.
And I don't care about it enough to go on a campaign. And if I did, that campaign would not be successful enough.
No.
So now I switch over to the personal side of things. Like, I always start with the more macro important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go to the personal once I've reached my conclusion on the macro thing. And do I want to fuck up her listening experience?
Right.
Which is why I framed it the way that I framed it.
Right.
And because she wasn't obstinate about her response, there's no reason for me to go further. I'm just gonna leave it alone and let her be.
No, you're right.
Now, if she was obstinate,
that's different.
It would have been some more pushback, and she might have ended up looking at him differently at the end of this conversation. Mm-hmm. That's not my goal. I don't like, for instance, to take it off of music. When somebody tells me that they like some food that I don't personally like,
right,
I just be like, "Oh, okay, cool."
That's
I'm not
all.
that person. Yeah, I'm not that person. They be like, "Ew, how could you eat that?"
Yeah,
that's just not me. Like, now, the exception is like somebody that I'm having a joke with. If I'm trolling a nigga specifically for a reason, like my homegirl likes pumpkin spice shit. Generally, I wouldn't do anything, but because of my homegirl and we troll her about it every time she brings it up, yeah. But that's different. I'm not gonna genuinely yuck your yum unless it's on some super bullshit. Like, like you like eating human brains. Like, wait, okay, hold on.
Eating boogers. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, you doing? Listen.
Grow up.
So, but McKenna said that Beyonce comment hits. Some songs get popular because they genuinely are amazing and a perfect example of a certain style, technique, etc. Stop hating on people because they like a popular song. Yeah, see?
Yeah. It's a reason
I have never been deep cut McGee. Don't get me wrong. There are some deep cuts that I absolutely love. It's not that I don't have them. It's just that doesn't matter to me.
Right.
If I like a song, I like a song. It does not matter where I heard it.
That's me.
Like, if I heard it on the radio, which has become increasingly more seldom because I stopped listening to the radio when I was in my 20s.
Right.
But whether I hear it on the radio or whether no pause. No, keep going. Resume. So whether I heard it on the radio or I happened to be over my super depressed cousin's house and they were just listening to like emo songs and it happened to be an artist I've never heard of in my life, but that song rock, I'm going to grab that and I'm going to put that on some playlist somewhere and we're going to hear that song again because I liked it.
Yo,
like, it's that simple to me.
Most of my playlists back in the day, about 2012, 13-ish, most of my playlists were independent artists that nobody else ever heard of. And those playlists, that playlist is like my walking music. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of GU artists on there, other motherfuckers on there, because if I hear these specific, I don't care. I'm not one of them ones, the person got to be popular for me to, I don't give a fuck about that. The song is dope, right? Well, I'm listening to the song, you know?
And so more relevant specifically to that conversation I was having with my homegirl, I'm not a Beyonce fan. That does not change how I feel about Beyonce.
Right.
Beyonce is one of the, you know how like music is a thing and it exists? Beyonce is like, I'm trying to remember, you know how there are reality blocks and there are people who can exist in multiple reality blocks?
Yeah, multi-eternals. Like
Beyonce. Beyonce is a multi-eternal.
Yes.
There's no way around it. It's not about how often I listen to her music.
Right.
Beyonce is one of them motherfucking ones.
Yeah.
Like, without debate. So,
Yeah.
if you ask me my favorite Beyonce songs, if I give you a list of 15, 12 of them are probably going to be singles.
Right.
Doesn't matter to me. Like, that's fine for me. So, no, don't do that, GA. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because, like, I'll sit back and watch these debates online, like,
all the time.
that people that will go out of their way to be like, I don't like Beyonce. That's not what I said. It's not what I said. That's not what I'll ever say, because that would just be lying. I'm not a fan of this person. Generally, honestly, it ain't too many motherfuckers I'm a fan of.
I was about to say that.
And that's not.
No, I think what it is, yo. I think once I got to a certain point in my age development and music career, that kind of went away. Because once you're behind the curtain and you see what it takes to do this stuff and you're doing it and all of that, you start to appreciate the craft more than the person doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's absolutely the thing.
This was executed very well. I think about it in those terms.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say that I am, in all aspects of life, I am a hardcore casual fan. Like, real shit. Like, I've never been in stan territory for anything in life.
Right.
Literally. Like, for instance, prime example, WWE. I used to watch wrestling with my grandfather. And that is how I started watching wrestling.
That's how I started watching wrestling too, my grandfather.
And because of that, it's a thing that I've just always done.
Yep.
Always done. More recently, with the combination of me and my lovely wife's lives and friend groups and all that other type stuff, there are friends amongst that group that are hardcore wrestling fans.
Right.
So it became a thing that whenever the pay-per-view came on, they would all come over here, we watch it.
That was me and Napalm and Marlon, yo. That was me and Napalm and Marlon.
Until Brock Lesnar came back, I have not watched a single episode. Because
fuck that.
It was that simple.
Right.
I still look at highlights.
Not
on
Twitter.
I have not watched a single pay-per-view. I have not watched any single episode of any of the shows, because what the fuck are y'all doing?
I'm gonna tell you what they're doing. They made a calculation that we're in the era of people forgetting about the fuck shit.
Yeah.
And saying the fuck shit you do don't matter. Right?
Yeah.
We're in that era because y'all let a certain motherfucker retain power and shit. We're in that era, and to be clear, the WWE is directly connected to that motherfucker.
100%.
And that motherfucker has charges.
Yeah.
About some of that same right. So, yeah.
So I use that example to express that something that I've been doing since I was 7, probably. So for 30 plus years, I just stopped doing because I didn't fuck with. So I'm not supporting you.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. There are other ways that I could. No, actually, currently, until this Netflix deal is up, there are no other. It would take a lot of work for me to still partake without supporting.
Right.
So I just don't partake.
I'm not putting that work in for y'all.
I'm not doing that. Now, once the next Netflix deal, actually, no, I still don't think that'll be a thing. So I might never ever watch another pay-per-view or episode again. Same thing with the Kanye West thing. And there was a point in time where I was like, all right, because it's Kanye West, whenever he put out a new album, I'm going to give it a chance. This is after he started acting up.
Of course.
I was like, I'm going to still give it a chance just to see what he do. That has expired. I now no longer have no idea what his last several projects were. I have no idea, have not listened to him. Will I still go on to my YouTube music where I have music that I personally uploaded, so I'm not paying anybody anything to listen to these people and listen to College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, my 808s and Heartbreaks, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Absolutely. 1,000%. Because I'm not paying anything to watch them, so I'm not supporting him.
Right.
Because that's my shit. That's mine. You release that to the public. It's mine now. Will I ever listen to another new Kanye West project? No. I just simply won't.
And I respect it because I am one of those ones where I have hard lines.
Yeah.
Hard lines. Not about everything, but about certain things. And because I have a certain understanding of context, of history, and a certain context of current stuff.
Yeah.
And also and this is a curse more times than it's not, this uncanny ability to connect the dots to how we got here. The other day, I was listening to the project me and SPJ put together. And I had to pull off of Spotify because somebody was doing some scammy shit with fucking stream farming that could have got us banned off the shit.
Yeah.
I didn't find out till way later that it was a thing that was happening, right? But at the time I took the shit down. I was listening to one of those songs that was on there. Bullet Holes and Bloodstains. Listen to a lot of my older songs. I have this uncanny ability to, if we continue on this path, we're going to end up here. And we ended up here. So that's why I have hard lines about certain shit. Some of it is a curse because I can point and once I see it going that way, I'm not rocking with whatever. I can't, because there's a larger picture. There's a bigger conversation than my personal biases and what I want. When people are getting hurt, pulled out of their car, beat the fuck up, disappeared, dying, all this other shit, kids in front of their parents, parents in front of their kids. That's a much bigger issue for me than these little nuances I have about the shit that I favor in my preference. And I can't turn that off.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why, like I said, it's one of these cases. I'm glad that you didn't continue to dig into your friend to get away from that, because ideally what you would want is for them to come to that conclusion on their own.
Yes, 100%.
So, yeah, that's why I don't do it about most stuff. There's on occasion, because if I see somebody who seems to be obviously confused about a particular person that don't know, well, this is what I know about the person.
Right. Or if they going hard to defend.
Then I gotta do paper, do like your paper and crumble you up real quick. I gotta fold you like origami, because you're going too hard and you're embarrassing yourself right now.
Facts.
Embarrassing yourself. This person is not worthy of all of this adulation you're giving them right now, and I gotta pull you back from the brink before you go over that ledge for a motherfucker that ain't worth it. A piece of shit, not worth it.
Facts.
But I am curious about one thing though. I'd be real curious of how many of those older Tyler the Creator songs ended up in the playlist of adult white supremacists that we know now, like a Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes has old Tyler energy. Yeah. He does.
Yeah.
He does. Right.
I'd argue a lot, right? And that's the thing I meant to mention during the report. The report does a good job of talking about the obvious. When those times were current, there were people of a certain age listening, and those people have now grown up, right?
Right.
The thing that the report misses out on, that I don't know if a lot of people think about, is music doesn't go away.
No, no.
In most cases, music from the 2000s is still at your fingertips.
Yes, it
readily
is.
available.
Yes, it is.
So it's not just that it was people of a certain age back then that have now grown and that is a part of their development. There are also people now that were those people's ages back then that are still impressionable and are listening to those old Tyler songs.
Right.
And identifying with that type of stuff and all that
Mm-hmm.
other. So it's not just that simple as, oh, you had this group of people and they grew with you, but they didn't grow with you.
Right.
It's not just that simple. It's much more complex than that. And these
Much
things
more.
matter. These things matter. And that is the part that I just that's why the whole, to paraphrase, how many times do I have to apologize? Ad infinitum. Honestly, at least twice as long as you were doing the thing.
Facts.
You did that shit for a decade. Yeah, 20 years. Holla at me after 20 years of accountability and culpability, and then we can have a conversation.
It's like you said, though, yo. Music don't go anywhere.
Music don't go away.
And the effect of it resonates.
Correct.
Long after it was off the billboard or whatever. Like, it resonates. I'm gonna give you an example. So I got a message from somebody. They say, "Hey, Tombstone, love your music. I first listened to your stuff when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
I love to come back to it from time to time." 15.
Right.
I wasn't making my music for 15-year-olds. And
correct.
yet,
mm-hmm.
I have gotten several pieces of fan mail with correspondence from people who say they was listening to my stuff when they were kids. So you can say all day long that, oh, I'm not making this for them. That's not how this works. It's like SBJ said earlier. Once you put that shit out there, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
But McKenna says, I was younger than 15 when I started listening to music.
Right.
Once you put it out there, it's available for anyone to consume, and it's even easier now because of the state of technology and the way music is consumed now.
Yep.
It took, I had to actually find, back in the day, Dolomite, right? I actually had to have a friend who had a father or mom that had the Dolomite album for me to even hear the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard of Dolomite, but I had never heard Dolomite.
Word.
It took me to go on over a friend's house because back then, things wasn't like it is now.
Correct.
Now, it's all available. It's all out there for anybody to get their hands on. And if you think you won't be at least rhetorically held accountable for some shit you said that someone feels had a negative impact on people's lives, the national conversation, or the overall narrative of people to the point where it affects their quality of life, even if it just shapes perception to the point. I give a classic example. I saw somebody on some post earlier today talking this. Oh yeah, black men are definitely more violent than every other group of men on the planet. Now this guy saying that by himself was probably influenced by other motherfuckers saying that shit.
Of course.
He himself doesn't really have but so much ability to affect the narrative. But whoever he got that shit from absolutely did, to the point where he's now saying that. How does that affect? You get more people saying that. You wonder why police react the way they react when they stop a black person in a car. Because it becomes part of the collective consciousness, these ideas, these stories, these narratives. So now if I'm driving a car and they stop me because of a busted tail light or some other shit, in the back of the mind of his operating system, black men are extremely violent. I got to be careful. Black men are extremely violent. I need to be on guard for that. That's how bad shit happens.
Yep.
That shorthand is how bad shit happens. So if you contributed to that sort of thing, and we can point it directly to you,
right?
We can directly to your influence, how widespread it is. Some of us are going to hold you accountable for that, especially if you haven't shown any sort of remorse, rethinking of those things, and did the public work. Because it's not just about the shit you're doing in your home. You said all of that shit with your bare face in public, loud as fuck, to as many people as you could get to hear, and you even focused your fucking marketing campaign around that shit, which means you was trying to get as many people as you could to call us niggas.
That part.
That's what you was doing. That's what you was doing. So while everybody else can run around now and throw lilacs at your fucking feet, right? While everybody, that's fine. Y'all can do that. But there's some of us that's going to go, hold up now, because I ain't see the work. Show your work. Your math teacher not going to let you get away with the answers on the, here's the answers. No, nigga. Where's your work? Show your work. Show me something other than a fucking Ebro interview where you're basically not trying to accept responsibility for the shit you did.
Facts.
I say all that to say I never liked him.
Okay, all right. Yes,
I never liked him.
We understand. We understand that part.
Fuck out of here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to weekend review.
So weekend review. I'm gonna go first because I know SBJ just went on his honeymoon and he got some shit to talk about. And I saw the picture. I saw the picture of him golfing. We're going to examine that shit.
I mean,
we're gonna examine that. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly I have much experience in golf from playing the Grand Theft Auto 5 golf mini game on that motherfucker. And it's something about
super yikes, mega yikes. This nigga said Grand Theft Auto. Go ahead.
Listen. So this week started like many of my weeks start. They just continue from the last thing that I was doing and shit. And that was writing stories. Now, you know, I'm always writing something. I'm always writing something. It's either I'm developing a new IP or I am fixing some parts of established IP, whatever. It's always something, right? And this week was no different. I must have started at least 3 or 4 IPs, right? And one of them I completely fleshed out to the point where that's, other than, of course, writing the actual story, that's ready to be worked on, right? So I did a lot of that. Also worked on a lot of the advertising for what's to take place the first week of November, which is we are launching our 4th quarter merch shit for Majestic Comics, right? So doing a bunch of that. I had a conversation with Gray the other day about this nigga right here, right?
I didn't do anything.
I said this nigga probably got about 4 or 5 IPs, and maybe about 3 of them I know about. That he ain't. It's not really out there because he's working on this. Where it was like, oh, you can't have SBJ back. he said you can't. Listen. So, with that being said, I am now more bound and determined than ever. Once he has finished this shit like that, to push him even more with the district shit and any other IPs he had, because I was telling them that there are certain things that he has that directly fit into our cosmology, our idea of cosmology. Directly. Yeah. He did that before he even knew it. It was. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that's the thing. It's going to happen. I'm going to let you go out there and do what you do right now. But those books have to be. Oh,
thanks.
They have to. I'm just gonna say it like that. They have to be, right? The other thing is, so I did a head count of the amount of characters. Most, of course, have not been revealed yet, and some aren't part of any IP I'm writing. So I'm sure there's even more in their particular IPs that I don't know about. We have probably about 300 characters.
I mean, come on now. That's light. That's not even.
Yeah. We probably got about 300. I'm talking main characters. I'm not talking about some of the other supporting characters and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's dope. And I'm actively seeking for us to have that picture that you would see of DC and Marvel of all the characters all on the thing. I am actively doing that. And I also discovered something this week about all of that. When I first started rapping, there was a different, it felt different, right? At that time, I literally had no way to record any fucking thing I was writing. No way. So I'm just writing to other people's beats, or sometimes writing to no beat, right? Just writing and shit. There always seems to be tiers and stages in my creativity, like bookmarks, right? The first time I was able to actually record something, that was a bookmark. Like, oh, all right, everything I thought I knew. I just saw McKenna's comment. You also learned about pseudo. I did, and gave me an idea for a story. I did.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, there's always like these little bookmark moments, and in the music stuff, it was the first time rapping that had a run of acapella shit and all of that, and then there's the other bookmark where you finally are actually in a studio, small as it is, as limited as it is, but you are recording that, and you have stuff that's on tape, right? And then it's the performance era. Now that you have something other than other people's music or beats to rap on, right? And then it's the chasing era. When you start chasing, I'm gonna get a deal. I'm going to get a deal. I'm going to do this to get a deal and all of that. There are several bookmarks. With the writing and the fiction, it's the same thing. Same thing. There was a time when we first started all of this shit where it felt a certain type of way, right? And then as we started to progress more and more, I'm going to tell you, one of the biggest hallmark moments for me was when Joseph and Gabriel finished the design pictures of the characters, and we finally got to see what we've been writing about all this time. It was such a bookmark moment for me that even to this day, that is still part of it. If I'm writing a character, I have to now find a way to be able to visualize because of that. And because we do comic books, which is a very visual medium, right?
Yes, extremely.
So those are all things. This week, I had another bookmark sort of moment. Because as I start to sit back and think about the fact that I am editor-in-chief of a publishing company that now has more than one writer, more than two writers. You see what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Like there are several people that are writing IPs, and then there are people that are pitching ideas to write IPs. Now, out of those folks that are doing that, how many of them are going to follow through? I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit happens, right? And also, to be clear, our business model is a lot like early Image Comics business model, where it's up to the creator to finish that shit out, find a way to come to us with the pitch, but you also got to be able to, and a lot of that funding is going to be on them. Everybody ain't able to do that, because one thing I tell motherfuckers all the time is creating comic books is more expensive than you think, especially doing it the traditional way. Because you're paying your sketch inker artists, then you're paying your colorist if that's not the same two people. I mean, the same one person.
Yep.
Then you're paying your goddamn letterer, right? Mm-hmm. Who gets paid less than everybody, but you still have to pay them, right? That's just to get the pages done digitally. We haven't even discussed you printing it yet, right? It's a whole lot that goes with that. But more so than that, there is a lot of mental energy that you exhaust with coming up with an IP. Think about it this way. If you're a rapper, you know what I'm talking about. Long before you did your first album, you was writing stuff and you were preparing for that first album. So by the time you dropped your first one, literally everything, every example, every fucking piece of experience you got from back then led you to this first album. Mm-hmm. And that's why in a lot of cases, the more talented, the more skilled music makers, that first album is never topped. Right. It's the reason why it's never topped. And I started really contemplating on all of the IPs that I have. I like them, but they haven't been executed yet.
Sure.
So I love E&E. I learned a lot from just right now. We're at 3 books in that series, and in production is the 4th one. Mm-hmm. Like, I love that a lot. I learned so much from doing those 4. And I am confident that series, that at least that first arc, is going to end with a bang, because it's only going to get better, right? I do question whether or not, because mind you, this is all the ideas from years of wanting to do this shit going in there. I do have a question of whether or not the next series that I'm doing, which is the G Universe series, I need for that to pop, but yeah. You're never sure. You know, you like it. You don't know what it's like. As we just said earlier, once you put it out there, it's not yours anymore.
Facts.
I mean, no good. We still own the character.
I mean, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But it's just the point that people are going to take the story with, and they're going to put their interpretation on it, however way they see fit, and they'll determine whether or not this is something they think is whatever. You did your job. You put it out. I was having those thoughts. I'm looking at a lot of the stuff that I'm writing, and if y'all thought that I did a stupid amount of detail with this first arc, because there's content I'm going to be doing about that, because it's too much. I had a conversation the other day with the executive writer, Aaliyah and Gray, and it's too much. It's too much lore to have just sitting there, or for something to get barely mentioned in a book.
Yeah,
that's worthy of content, right? If you think I wrote a lot for that, I was absolutely ridiculous with the G Universe one, because G Universe is an official superhero reality block. Mm-hmm. And it's wholly like Extra Man Entropy is science fiction.
Yeah.
But only slight traces of the superhero genre, slight traces. Only reason you'll see a lot of that in this arc is because they're in a superhero block. Mm-hmm. Right? But this one is what I've been wanting to do for the longest. I grew up on those types of comics, right? So I put a ridiculous amount of detail. Stupid. I mean, there are characters that have not been released yet that already have a 4-book miniseries written with them. Because ridiculous, right? I'm ridiculous. Instead, there are some writers who don't focus as much on world building. They only build as much of the world as it takes for them to do the story. I am not one of those. Yeah. So in order for me to write the G Universe stuff out, I took it back, way back. How far back?
Yeah.
You ask?
Oh.
To life starting on that earth.
Yeah. Right? Primordial.
How much did I write after that? To the end of that universe.
Heat death.
Right. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. But there are times I do wonder how motherfuckers going to receive this shit.
Yeah.
And as I was writing shit this week, that's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. How is motherfuckers going to receive a lot of the shit that I'm writing about? I'm hoping they like it. I think the characters are dope as fuck. And I'm always refining my writing technique. Very much so like the photography shit. that me and SBJ do. I watch all kinds of established writers who have like very successful series in various different genres of books. I listen to their lectures. Like I do a lot of the background work to try to get my stories as good as possible, right? Trying to get them as good as possible. And I'm hoping that this is something that people take in, right? Because y'all know me, I'm all about the badassery. The rule of cool is in effect for the G Universe. The rule of cool is in effect. It just is. It just is. So I'm hoping y'all like that when we put that out. And fortunately for us, there are some things that could potentially take place in the next few months that allow us to put more books out per year. And that's where I'm trying to get to, put more books out. Here's the other thing this week. So I had a conversation with Christopher Colburn about Singularity, right? Everyone who supported the last thing has all been given their codes. Everyone has not all used their codes, but that's on them. They get notified whenever you do whatever you do is whenever you do it. Because we did the turnaround for fulfillment so quickly, that basically means that Singularity is going to go into our store faster. So now that all of you have that, all the people that support have the code, I strongly suggest if you have not, go to your Kickstarter inbox, use your codes, get your books. Go do that. Please. Please go do that, right?
Yeah, get that taken care of.
But, McKenna said Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, he's one of the ones. I watch a lot of his lectures too, you know. But, yeah, if you haven't, go and do that. Typically what we try to do is wait for everyone to get access to their Kickstarter reward before we put the book in the store. Because we want to make sure we incentivize people supporting the Kickstarter. It's a purpose of you being able to get your hands on it first, right? That's part of the allure of it and shit. So because, like I said, it was a quick turnaround time for fulfillment, at the very least, the digital version of Singularity is going to end up in our store in the next week or so. So, like I said, if you have not gotten your thing yet, go get that. Use your codes, get your shit. That's all. That's it. Other than that, this week, there's an issue with in this house, we drink filtered water, right? Now, technically, everybody drinks filtered water.
I mean,
to a certain degree, coming out your faucet's filtered. I'm talking about like spring water type shit.
Yeah.
So we also get the dispensers. We got 2 dispensers in here, one for upstairs, one for downstairs. First of all, remember a while ago, I told y'all about the goddamn water bottle collapsing in on itself when it goes up there? Well, we don't have that problem anymore because the damn thing basically decided to stop working.
Good job.
Like, it just said, fuck it. So now, the one with the ice maker it'll just shut off. And for a while, we thought somebody was accidentally turning it off when they went to get water. No, it was it doing it on its own.
Damn it.
Doing that shit on its own. So we basically got another one. Now, we haven't set it up yet because it's supposed to take 24 hours. You got to let it sit. I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah.
Sit upright. So even when I had to bring it in the house, I couldn't, I don't know the science of it. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing. It is sitting there right now, begging to be turned on. But it's different than the one we had before. The one we had before can sit on top of a mini fridge. This one is tall. So that means we got to move the fridge. It's a bunch of shit we got to do today. And I'm guessing we'll do it sometime this weekend. Sometime this weekend.
You're guessing.
But I'm guessing because I don't know. I would like to because I like to get ice again. Ice isn't bad. The same way like fresh bread.
Yes, okay.
I like fresh bread. I happen to like ice. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll be able to get some ice before this week is out. But yeah, that's my week.
Okay. That's that's a thing. All right. You can't hear the feed, can you?
Let me see. I can. I just have to. I have it muted. I can hear it. I listen to it.
Did you hear that?
Do it again. Hold on. Again. Oh yeah, I just heard the claps.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's one thing. We now have. I finally have figured out a soundboard for the show. It's not populated yet, but I just figured out how to make it work. So that's one thing.
Yo, GA has lost his mind, yo. He said I only drink water from the highest mountain peaks and collected just as the sun crests the horizon by Tibetan monks while they chant ancient hymns.
The ancient hymn is "They not like us, they not like us." Oh.
I never liked him either.
Wop 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 wop. So, all right. Real quick, gotta get gotta get this out the way. So, as I anticipated, because I be knowing shit.
I know.
See, some people be thinking that I don't be knowing shit, and what they're confusing that with is me not really caring.
Hey yo,
no, because whatever. I'm not gonna make this any worse than it's already been. So as I anticipate,
yo, that sounded diabolical.
I know, but it's not what I'm. Whatever. Let me explain. So as I anticipated, more people watched the show last week than usually do. More people have been listening than have ever listened before. That's
stupid.
That's always the case when something big happens, right? Like anytime that like I go on vacation or whatever, any of those type of episodes where we have to review an event of real life. Generally, we get more listens on those than our average everyday show. So that's easy math. This is the biggest thing that's happened to me and to this point in my life. Like I got married.
Thanks.
So suffice it to say, people watched who have never watched before. That being said, I got questions.
Okay.
And I got comments. Wow. Now, generally, I don't go back to previous shows unless we're referencing it. I said what I said.
You did.
I meant what I said. I don't do anything on here but give my opinion and experience of the facts. That isn't changing. Thanks, Gia. That isn't changing, right? That's not changing. But I will provide some clarification.
Context.
Yeah. Well, no, literally just clarification. Oh. I'm not adding no more context because that would take too long. I'm not. Oh. This isn't going to be like a long segment. This is just a quick,
a preamble, so to speak.
I mean, so but there's only one reason why I'm even doing this clarification.
Okay.
And it's not because of those new people that have never listened to the show before. It's because mommy got a little bit upset. So everyone else who took issue or had questions, feel free to listen to the clarifications and then thank mommy, because that's the only reason this shit is happening. Now I'm clarifying everything that I spoke about rather than just the things that pertain to her being upset, so as to not isolate any one thing.
Yes, of course.
Now, I honestly think the biggest issue with my mother being upset was that she couldn't listen to the whole thing because she was at work. So there were parts of it that she didn't hear. Whatever.
Right.
So that's another reason that I'm also going over everything, because of that aspect, and also the complaint section was rather long.
Oh, damn.
It was rather long. So I can understand if somebody might have heard a part of the first part and then had something to do, and then may or may not have come back for another thing, and then we're talking about another complaint and blah, blah. So, okay, I can understand that. So I'm going to summarize this. Now, before I get into specifics, I am not, what up, Vern? I am not taking back anything I said. I meant every word of it. Every single word of it. But what I meant is the same as my intent. And impact is more important than intent.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Here are the complaints as concise as I can say them without leaving anything important that I was trying to get across out. My cousin was supposed to be a part of the wedding party. He was a part of the wedding party. Once the actual work started, though, he disappeared. That led to him being removed from the wedding party. A combination of guilt and his genuine love for me led him to try to make that up. That did not pan out, and he just ended up annoying me more on the day of my wedding. This resulted in me kicking him out of the dressing room when the groomsmen were getting ready, which I should not have had to do in the first place. He then went around complaining to anybody who would listen. That resulted in me having to answer questions about him on my wedding day, further annoying me. That has not changed my opinion of my cousin.
Of course not.
That has not changed the relationship with my cousin.
You love your cousin.
He was a thing that went wrong. I commented on it. That's it. That's all for that one. That's it. There's no extra no. That's it. The next thing. Okay. The next thing. The girl. Chrissy complained about her former friend. I didn't say much because honestly, I don't know her like that.
Right.
Like, I know I was joking. Like, I never met this person. No, I really don't know her like that.
Right.
Like, we went to school together and weren't really friends then. We were high and by people.
Right.
So this affected Chrissy more than it affected me. Still, fuck her, as I said last time.
Right.
Because we're not leaving anything that I meant out. Right. She behaved like a petulant child. And if I never see her again, it might be too soon. Right? Real quick.
Also, nobody could fault you for coming to the defense of your wedding and of your wife.
Correct.
I'm telling you right now, you come for mine.
Yeah, like I just don't like I get it.
That.
I get it. I understand alternate perspectives on what I may have said or did when it comes to that person. But I don't care. That's not what I said is what I said and how I felt then and how I feel now. Everything isn't peaches and daisies, people. Like, it's just this is real life. This is how that works. A real quick aside to the things I said about the toast, specifically Gigi's toast. Mm-hmm. Feel how y'all want to feel about it.
I like Gigi's toast a lot.
It is not my business or desire to change your mind about how you felt about the toast.
Right.
If you didn't like the toast, cool. But as I said last week, we were okay with what she said. And that's all that matters. What I didn't mention is that she gave a version of that speech at the bridal shower. That version had even more personal details in it.
Right.
It was our wedding, and those are our details that 90% of the people who were in the room knew already.
Already knew, right.
The 10% that may not have had, it was because of their own doing or non-doing, because they have access, because all of those details are things that we have either posted on Facebook or talked about on Heard It Through the Grapevine or the Black Culture Geeks podcast. Everything. There's not a single thing that was in that speech that we have not talked about publicly.
Facts.
So everybody,
again, as someone that was there observing the speech as well, I thought it was masterfully done. It was a great story,
bro.
And maybe I'm just not as hypersensitive about some stuff as other people is. I could be it, but I didn't really see anything wrong with what she said.
No,
it was a story. You had to follow along to the story to get to the end, and that was the point of the
facts. As I said last week, why? I don't think that she should have mentioned her infertility. She's currently pregnant. What are we talking about here? She's currently and obviously pregnant.
That's the point. And also, there should not be a stigma around infertility. It happens quite often for various reasons to men and women.
Yep.
Right.
As long as the person affected is comfortable with the situation, there should be no discomfort.
Exactly.
It's that simple. Exactly. Now on to Photogate.
This nigga said,
here are the facts. No, because listen, here are the facts. My dad is an amazing photographer.
He is. I saw some of the pictures. Holy.
It's just a fact. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Before I continue, Chrissy said yes, and that's why I was always so public for my journey. Exactly. It's all over her Facebook. It's all over her TikTok. Like anybody, again, 90% of the people in the room already knew the majority of the stuff that was said in that speech. The other 10%, it's not because it was hidden from them.
Right.
It's just that simple. But anyway, number one, my dad's an amazing photographer. That's just a fact.
I mean, it's it.
Number two, my business partner is an amazing photographer.
I like it.
I mean, listen, it's just a thing. You see it. I mean, anyway. Number three, I never hinted at anything different, and specifically stated that it was not a competition, and I was not trying to make it one.
And also, I told you, for whatever situation that was, the very first thing I said is, "Yo, he helped me."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next, my mom told me thoughts that came from my dad. Fabo.
But it is, my guy.
I specifically said that as well. He was critical of what he saw because it was his son's wedding.
Yes. Which is the same bail I shot for why he was taking pictures. That's correct. His son's wedding.
Correct. He ended up messing up some of the photos because of his desire to make sure I got good pics. All of these things are facts, right? None of this is news. I said everything that I just said on this show last week, but it just wasn't as condensed. So I could see where some people could have gotten lost. Fine, whatever. Also, keep in mind, this is entertainment. I am still playing a fucking character. I am still playing a character on the show. This is the Black Culture Geeks. I don't introduce myself as James Davis.
You introduce as SPJ.
I don't refer to my partner as Landon Taylor.
No.
Doesn't happen.
Right, this is stage names.
It's just not a thing.
Right.
It's not a thing. There were 3 targets of my pettiness with me posting photos, right? Which again, I said last week. But let me streamline it just so there's no confusion. Because I could this I absolutely understand where there was confusion. Like this was one. If there's anything in this whole these whole complaint things that I'm taking absolute responsibility for, it's the confusion at this part, right?
Right.
One, the first thing that was the target of my pettiness was the girl that I was talking to. What are you talking about? That acted a goddamn fool. Every picture she was in, I posted with her scratched out.
I saw that shit.
Not removed, scratched out. I could have removed her.
Easily.
Did not remove her. I scratched her out. Why did I do this? Well, for one reason, it was an inside joke to those who knew who she was and what happened. For those informed, it was a little tip of the hat to them. Like, hey, look at this shit. Right? But also, I edited the photos that Toom took.
Yes, he did.
I would never post a scratched out photo of someone else's edits unless I paid for it.
Right.
If I paid for it and there was a very specific reason, then maybe I might do that. But otherwise, I would never post. I am also a photographer. I would never scratch out somebody else's edited work. It's just not a thing. That's not something you do. I would never do that. All right. So that's why they had to be on the photos that I edited. Because what? Why would I? No. Anyway, the second target of my pettiness.
Wait a minute. That was a thing where people
listen. People just.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had no.
The second target of my pettiness was the idea that Toom was missing moments. Now, anytime there is an event with more than 50 people, there's nothing you can do about it. There are going to be things that the photographer doesn't catch.
Yeah.
If there is only one photographer, right? To think otherwise is silly. But Toom was given a shot list. And on top of the shot list, he was told to get candids. Mm-hmm. He took at least one shot of every single thing that we had on the list. That was my point. That was my point. Okay, the third target of the pettiness was the idea of photo credit. Because as I mentioned in the episode, no photographer that is worth their salt would want to get bookings off of someone else's work. Of course not. I know that as a photographer. I would never, that's crazy. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. This is not to say that I would not have credited Toom for the pictures. What? He just would have been tagged instead of saying photo credit Landon Taylor.
Yeah, because that's
he just would have been tagged. Right. He just would have been tagged with the other people that were tagged in the photo. Yeah. Like, it's not that because of the photo credit thing, I then decided to credit Toom. No! Like, what are we? Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Anytime I have ever posted photos that Toom took, he was tagged in the photo because he took the photo. Like, again, I am a photographer. That's not something that I would do. That just doesn't. Anyway. So the pettiness is in me isolating that part of it and saying photo cred Landon Taylor. Mm-hmm. That is the pettiness in it. That's it. Any other aspect of anything I did regarding the photos was not out of pettiness. Remember, I edited the photos. I was literally editing them and then posting them.
Right.
I would go to see what I hadn't edited yet and see if I can get a few more photos in there that were a part of a theme that I could post together. Right. If I could post them together, I posted them together. If I could not, I posted them individually. It's really just that simple. It's just that simple. When I stopped posting them, it was because I was tired of editing.
Because that's a lot of pictures.
It's a lot of fucking pictures. 638 pictures.
That's a lot of pictures.
I was tired of editing. They're my wedding pictures. I'm sorry, I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable again. They're my wedding pictures. This isn't a client. I was tired of editing, so I stopped editing.
Right.
They're my wedding pictures. Whenever I want more of them, guess what I'm going to have to go do?
Right.
Edit them. Everything else was cake. Everything else was cake. All right. So, on to the funny moon. Now, the reason that we call it a funny moon is because that's not where we were supposed to be going. Not what we were supposed to be doing. But we did something because, to celebrate the nuptials. We went to, hold on, Subconscious Chaos said petty but paid. My comment was purely for levity because weddings are intense, and as a guest, I don't expect anything from my host. So guests feeling entitled with weddings is strange to me. Absolutely. But, humans are humans. Humans are humans, and that type of shit is going to happen. It's just a simple thing. Fab said, what's going on? So last week, basically the whole episode was about the wedding, and there were things that I guess. So Mommy had an issue, a very specific issue, but outside of Mommy, there were things that people that don't generally listen to the show asked or said, and I was kind of just addressing that. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so we went to Atlantic City because she's pregnant, and it's somewhere we could just drive, and I had to go on the plane. Not that she's at the point where she can't fly yet, but just not wanting to deal with that.
I know what you're saying. Not wanting to risk.
Yeah, not wanting to deal with that, have any potential risks, whatever. We were supposed to go to the Dominican Republic. We did not, obviously.
The DR.
Yeah. We
next time.
I mean, no, next year that's already in motion.
Yeah.
For next year. We booked
see if you can get asylum because it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I know it's crazy. But yeah, we were supposed to go to the Dominican Republic. We had booked it and everything. Then we found out she was pregnant, and we hesitated for a little bit because we really wanted to go to the Dominican Republic. But then we came to reality, like, nah, there's no reason to even risk that. Like, we'll be fine. We'll go another time. So we canceled that and went ahead and booked the trip to Atlantic City in one of the resorts that I went to in my earlier years. Fef says the tranquilizer is still on the table after JJ drops. Stop it. So we booked a room, and then I was talking to Debbie, and she was like, did y'all get the honeymoon suite? Like, I'm like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, just ask the people. And I'm like, oh, interesting. All right, let's ask the people. But we booked it through Expedia, so the actual hotel couldn't do anything about the booking. So one day, I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was either in a meeting with Gray. I was probably in a meeting with Gray. Mm-hmm. And I came out the meeting, and Chris was like, hey, so I looked at these suites, and they're not that much more expensive to go ahead. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So, because basically the total amount of the stay was about half of what we would have spent to go to the DR. So I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So we did that. Suite was nice. We went there. Ride was real smooth. That was like, y'all know I go to Atlantic City a lot.
I know you do.
Yeah. That was one of the smoothest rides to Atlantic City I've ever had. Like,
really?
Somehow. I've gone during that time of the day. I don't know. I've gone during that time of day before. Never. This is the smoothest ride there ever had. Get there, checked in. Everything was cool. Wake up in the morning. The power is out.
The what?
Power is out. No power.
Oh, that's ass.
That's ass. Called the people. Here's my thing, right? Why you gonna act like you don't know what the fuck going on, and then explain that you know what the fuck is going on? Chrissy calls the goddamn people, and they answer all regularly. Oh, hey, how you doing? Blah blah this, blah blah that. What can I help you with? Oh, the power seems to be out. Oh yeah, it's a resort wide problem. Ma'am, if you knew the power was out throughout the goddamn resort,
right?
Why would you answer the phone like that? I feel like there's another thing you could have said instead of making us.
You're right.
Okay. All right. So that happened, and we was like, well, fuck it. We planned on leaving the resort today anyway. So we left. And here comes the first lesson. Don't ever settle for a cheap knockoff. Now, people will say, oh, that's self-explanatory. No. When cheap knockoffs are evident, Of course, that's self-explanatory.
Of course.
It's the time in which they aren't evident is when you need to pay extra attention. So there's this place in Atlantic City called Kelsey and Kim's. It's a soul food / barbecue, whatever restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their food is absolutely fucking amazing. Every time that I go to Atlantic City, I make sure that I go there at least once. What up, Honey Dragon?
Hey, what's up, Honey Dragon?
I make sure I go at least once. Every single time we go. Because the food's just that good. So they've always had a couple other locations. I think I don't know if they had 3 and then closed one or whatever the case may be, but they've always had more than one location. But the one I always go to is what I believe is the original one. And that's the one I always go to. That's the one I always go to. I've even made jokes in the past about like, yeah, nah, we're not going to no other one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one we're going to. So we get up, get ready, leave out the resort. We head over to the one. We get there, it's closed. It's like, oh, they don't open it till Wednesday. Okay, cool. But on the sign, it's like, okay, we have this location and we have this location, and the one location was open that day. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go to the other location. No. Just no. Simply no.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
So let me be clear. It wasn't terrible.
Okay.
That's not the case. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't Kelsey and Kim's. Like, it wasn't what we were accustomed to by that point. The food was good. It wasn't great.
Right.
They didn't even have some of the same options. Like, it's like, oh, what was it? Pork. Like, oh, you have pork bacon, but you don't have pork sausage. You only have turkey sausage. And it's like, why though?
Right.
Because the default is pork, right? Like, even, obviously there are people that don't eat pork, right? But the default is pork. Like, why don't you have the normal option? The real Kelsey and Kim's got the options. Why don't y'all got the options? Y'all supposed to be them. Why? Look,
like, what's up with that?
What's happening? What's going on? I don't think they had the same drink options. The view for the particular one that we were in was amazing. It was an ocean view, amazing view. That's about the only thing that was good. Like, not good. Good is not the right word. It was still good.
Okay. All right.
That's the only thing that was like, wow, okay. This is some quality shit. Everything else is like, oh, this is decent food. Like, it wasn't nasty. And then when we went to pay, it took forever for them to take the money.
Oh.
Like, I swiped the card and it was like processing. And she came back and she was like, everything good? I said, let's still say processing. And she was like, oh, no, it's not it's the system. Y'all good. That was breakfast. I think it was like 9 something, 10 something in the morning. That payment did not go through until the evening.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Till the evening time. So when we walked out of there, I told Chrissy, I said, never again. We're never. No. If we want to go to Kelsey and Kim's, we're going to go to Kelsey and Kim's.
Right.
I mean, this place is called Kelsey and Kim's, but
it's not.
It's not Kelsey and Kim's. Like,
right.
So we left there, went to the aquarium. Now, I had forewarned her. So every time that we had gone together, the aquarium was closed because they were renovating. Now, I had forewarned her because we live where the National Aquarium is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. It's not that at all. It's not. It's really not. It's still cool. Right. It's not even close to that. But it was a thing to do. So we went. Well, they have 2 floors, and their second floor was unavailable because it was being worked on. So we were just on the first floor. The stuff we saw was cool,
Right.
but like the whole time there took like maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes. I mean, it was only $6 per person, so like that's not. It wasn't like it was worth the money that was paid. It just we live. It's like going to somewhere else and asking for a crab cake. Like a lot of them are going to be terrible. Some of them are going to be okay.
Yeah.
But there's just not going to be a Maryland crab cake. Like it's
But
just not going to.
I haven't. Listen, bro. I've been quite a few places that are coastal cities.
Yeah.
The expectation being, got some great seafood here.
Yeah.
See, great is subjective.
Yes.
Like I've had crab cakes in other countries that are near. There's like water. They're surrounded by fucking water.
It's not the same.
It's nothing like a Maryland crab cake.
No, bro. And
that's
that's cool. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with them being different.
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
It's
just it's by definition not the same. And that's kind of the point that I was making with the harbor. Like, I mean, not the harbor, the aquarium, because like we have the National Aquarium.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a big deal.
I haven't been there since. Oh shit.
Oh no, it's been forever since I've been there.
Nigga, it's been almost.
I drive by it every day because I work downtown.
Of course. But, I know my daughter was a little girl, a toddler, the last time I went to the aquarium.
And to be clear, as far as the Maryland crab cake thing, I'm absolutely saying they're the best. As far as the National Aquarium, I'm not necessarily saying it's the best, but it's on the top tier.
But it's definitely, I've been to different aquariums, different places, and I got to tell you, ours is top tier.
Yeah, it's
there are other ones that are comparable.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah,
but that one is
the National Aquarium is top tier. This aquarium in Atlantic City is
not so much.
it's kind of low tier. It's kind of low tier, but it's not bad. It's just in comparison. You
know who could stand to have one, and it might be fire. Panama. So Panama has something called the Bio Museum. We went there. It's beautiful. It is, but their aquarium part is rather small.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I just had a feeling that if it was one that was just based on the aquatic life in that area right there, it would be fire because I'm looking at the way the Bio Museum is set up.
Word.
That would be fire.
Yeah, Chrissy, I was about to bring that up, babe. Chrissy's went to Atlantis Museum. I mean, aquarium, and apparently that was dope, which is not surprising because Atlanta is a big metro area. So I'm sure that, like I said, I'm not saying that the National Aquarium is the best, but it's top tier.
It's at least top tier, bro.
Atlantic City's is low tier.
Listen, I'm going to tell you now. When that shit first opened, I went there. My grandfather took me there. That line, y'all, listen, you have no idea. No idea. That line was long as fuck. And we stood in that line to go up there and get up on a little elevator thing, get up there and go in there. And it was phenomenal. It was.
Yeah.
The day it opened, I was in there.
Word. So, like I said, that took like 20 minutes because it was literally the side Decepticons. That's hilarious.
Hey yo,
that aquarium is about the size of like.
Hush, Chrissy.
I don't even have nothing to compare it. I don't even have nothing to compare it to. Like, it's like the size of like 2 or 3 houses.
Okay.
But the second floor, again, was off limits because they were doing work on it. So it was just the first floor.
Right.
So there was not much to do. But whatever, it was cool for what it was. Then we went shopping because somebody, me.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. I am a last minute packer.
Of course you are.
The worst part of me being a last minute packer is that whenever I leave something, it's not because of lack of time. If it was because of lack of time, I would at least have that excuse. I don't even have that excuse. I just didn't put it in the fucking suitcase. So I'm packing. Honestly,
my mother-in-law does this too. That last minute pack shit. I don't understand why y'all do that.
Because there's no reason to do it early. It's not stressful for me.
Oh,
it's not stressful for me.
It always is.
I have always been a last minute packer. I think I have left something that I needed maybe 3 times, and some people might hit it and say that's a lot. That's because you don't realize how often I travel.
I was about to say, this nigga's always gone.
Yeah. Funny enough, 2 of those times, it might have been 3 times. 2 of those times, I was going to Atlantic City, and that's probably another part of it. Because I feel like Atlantic City feels like almost like a second home. Not really, but question. As many times as I've been there.
Question: when you crossed over to New Jersey?
No, it does not stink.
Oh,
why do you keep?
I'm just saying up? The last time I was.
No, nigga.
Phew.
No, I've never. I'm not gonna say never, but as long as I have been driving there, I've never had that be a thing.
So I'm wondering. This was a long time ago. This was like when I was 18.
Oh, nigga.
No, 17. I was 17.
That building probably doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
it probably isn't what it was then. Now it's probably like a fucking. I don't remember. It's probably something else. But yeah, what now? This is the most egregious thing I ever forgot. I ain't even hold you. Like, yo, when I realized, it's crazy because it's like you're doing shit that you don't generally do. For the normal person, that might not be that big an issue. For me, because of my particular neurodivergencies and all that other good shit, it's catastrophic.
Yes, it is.
Every time, like doing one thing that deviates from my normal, fucks
it
everything
throws off everything else.
Everything. Every single thing. So
yeah, I know she's from New Jersey. You let me say you better be careful too. My mom's from Jersey. She's gonna drop the Maryland and slap you and go over to Jersey Shore to visit. Listen, I'm just saying.
That's hilarious.
I was 17. I was going up there to identify my biological father's body, and it was
I've never had that issue. But so I was packing. It's like, all right, I need this.
Pause.
Need this. I mean, no, that's. I mean, never mind. And I was like, all right, I need this. I said to myself, I need the thing that I left. I said it.
Oh yeah, that's egregious.
And what I ended up doing is, it's not her fault. Chrissy said something. And when she said that thing, my mind completely went somewhere else. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go. Oh, no. Matter of fact, it's even worse. She didn't change my perspective. I did. I said something to her. And she said something. And that's what it was. I said, all right, let's go. Because I was joking with her. I was like, all right, let's go. And she was like, but you're not even dressed. I'm like, oh. So the last time I did that, I was like, all right, let's go. And she was like, but you're not dressed. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get dressed downstairs, right? So I grabbed my suitcase, I grabbed my book bag, and I grabbed the clothes I was putting on, and I took them downstairs. That's what fucked me up. You know what I forgot?
What?
Pants.
Well, stop. You forgot pants?
Yes. And notice I didn't say a pair of pants. I forgot pants.
Yo, so just so you know, and anybody else is watching, because we do public service announcements here from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you can't be walking around in public with no damn
Correct.
pants on.
You're right.
But
But I forgot pants. And you know the funny thing about how I found out? It's also something I never do ever. I think Chrissy and I have now been on like 3-4 times when we had to leave. Not had to, like vacations.
I'm about to say, they chased you out of town?
I mean, once. But anyway, that's not important. That's neither here nor there. It's been 3 or 4 of them things now. I've never said this to her, but I said it to her when we got to the hotel. I said, hey, let's unpack our bags. I've never said that ever in life. That is when I realized,
you fucked
babe,
up. You know you done fucked up, right?
I don't have pants. What do you mean? I mean that the pair of pants that I wore here today are the only pants that I have with me. Now, funny enough, had I not said let's unpack, I would not have noticed that until I went to get dressed.
That next morning?
Yeah. Right.
Next morning.
And it would have been so much more annoying in that time than it was finding out what I found out. The thing about it though is we had already planned on going shopping. So I'm like, all right, cool. We'll just go make sure we go. That's one of the first things we do.
I guess
tomorrow is go shopping. Went shopping, found a couple pair of pants, and I was now equipped to go out in the world.
Yo, I'm just glad y'all didn't go someplace where the people are generally small built.
Not even that. Nigga, if we would have... So, imagine she's not pregnant right now. And we would have actually gone to the DR.
Yeah.
We would have been on a resort.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
With me having no pants. Now...
you might could have
got away with that because I had swimming trunks. Right? I had swimming trunks, so I could have just walked around in swimming trunks the whole time. Yes. But still, nigga, like... Again, I forgot pants.
No, you done fucked that, right?
Literally. I forgot pants. Is what happened. I forgot.
Yeah, that's
pants.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy work. It's crazy work.
So we went shopping. That was cool. We found some decent things. Of course, every time. Well, I'm gonna get to that later. Let me see. All right, so we get.
Nigga, if you'd have been in Panama, you'd have had trouble.
Yes.
Because we went into one of the malls, just was curious about the stores, and also Malik wanted to buy some stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the size of the clothes in it, and I'm 6'1", about 240 pounds, and I am telling you, finding my size, it was just no bueno. No bueno.
Yeah, I get it. So we come back to the hotel figuring power got to be back on by now, right?
No, because that's too much like right.
No, we were right. The power was back on, right? So in this particular hotel, where the suites are separated from the regular rooms.
Right.
So
wait a minute, keep going, I can hear you.
You have to use your room key to access the hallway or tower that has the suites to prove that you have a suite, right? I don't know that I necessarily agree with that idea, but I get it. I understand why that's the case. So when we got back, that was the case. The power had just came back on. So the door that you have to use your room key for to get to the tower was propped open by something. All right, cool. The power's back, but they ain't fixed everything yet. Understandable. It's a big-ass resort. We go in the room. I think we went swimming that day. So we changed into our swim gear, left back out, went to the pool, got some pool time in, came back. The door was still propped open, I believe. Sometime later that night, I wanted to get something from somewhere. No, we left again to go get dinner, I think. We left again to go get dinner. When we come to the door that you have to unlock for leaving, you just have to press a button and it unlocks and you push the door open. Press the button don't work. All right. So in my head at that time, I'm just like, okay, somebody removed the thing prematurely. They must still be working on it, but that person just don't know, or whatever the case would be. All right, fine, whatever. So I pushed the door open, which it felt like I was breaking it, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not about to be stuck in this tower with my pregnant wife while we're on the 24th floor. It's just not a thing that's going to happen. You can get mad at me if I broke the door or not. That's just whatever. So, popped it open, and I went and grabbed that thing, and I put it back in the door. That shit was heavy. That shit was really heavy. But I got it over there, and I put it in front of the door, popped the door open. We left. I think this was dinner. We went and had our dinner. We came back. Door was still propped open. So we came in, and we was in for the night. Sometime later that night, I felt like I wanted something, or she wanted something. I can't remember. I was sent away to go grab something. I get to the door's closed again. So, in my estimation, the only reason that this heavy ass thing, because when it was first put there, I had no idea how heavy it was because I didn't have to pick it up. But this past time, when I had to put it there, I experienced how heavy that shit was. So now in my experience, I'm like, if this heavy ass thing has been moved, it's likely been moved by somebody official. So that should mean that this shit fixed. No. Hit the button, don't work. Gotta push through again. Boom. Again, every time I had to do this, it feels like it's breaking. But since I've done it already, I know it's not broken. I'm guessing that the magnet is just that strong. So, push it open. I see if there was a way, on some doors, you can like hold it as it closes and apply some resistance. And there's a natural point where it stops, but it's not locked. So I went to see if that was the case with this. It appeared to be the case. So I did that. Then I let go of it for like a second or two, and I went and it opened. I'm like, all right, cool. So I did that again, and I hit the elevator button. Button don't light up. So in this particular elevator plaza, it's in the middle. I mean, it's right next to another elevator plaza for another tower. So it's two towers, elevator plazas, and then there's this little part in the middle that's just space. So I go over to the other elevators, hit the button, no lights. All right. Come back over, open the door. Walk back towards the room. I'm like, all right, hold on. Damn, this is crazy. There was another door by that. Went to that door. It's not helpful. There's an exit door with stairs. I'm not about to walk down 23 flights of steps. Just not a thing. Like, people think that walking down steps is easy. No, it's easier than walking up steps. But if it's 23 flights of steps, it's 23 flights of steps. Like, that's just what it is. So what I did was I walked back to our room. My room was at the end of the hallway, and there was another door. So I went through that door, saw that there were stairs, decided to go up a level. Went up a level, came out, and walked.
I'm not walking up no damn 23 flights. That's not happening.
No, it's never happening. Walked to the end of the hallway to where the door is that lets you in and out of the tower. Theirs was still propped open. So that's full confirmation for me that the shit's definitely still not working.
Right.
Went to the elevator. Their elevators still aren't working either. And I'm like, what the fuck? So basically, we're trapped in the tower because there's no way that I can get my pregnant wife out of this fucking tower if, number one, I can't even get out the door, which I did. I never told them that I just brute forced that bitch open because why would I tell them that? But two, the elevators aren't fucking working. And we're on the 24th floor, which means 23 floors because, hotel casinos, some other buildings don't have the 13th floor.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah. So I come back. Fab says, wow, it still feels funny to hear you say that, my pregnant wife.
Right?
I know, right? So I go back to the room and I'm like, babe, we stuck. She like, what you mean we stuck? And I explained to her what I just said. And she like, what the fuck are we going to do? I said, sleep. Because there's nothing we really can do. So I was like, no, call the people. So she called the front desk. And it was just a cycle of us getting transferred to people and then the phone disconnecting.
Damn.
So that happened for her. And then she was like, all right, it's your turn to call. I'm tired of talking to them. I said, all right. I tried, same exact thing. Oh, okay. All right.
Shout out to Eli from Adventures of Starman.
Word.
He's one of our clients. Just sent me their entire discography.
Oh, that's amazing. Those look nice too.
Yours is in the mail. So,
word.
Bro,
they look. That's some quality.
Good quality right here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm look out at the mailbox because this. Anyway. So yeah, Verm, that is hilarious. Verm said if a hotel has a 13th floor, I always request it. Yeah, I would do the same thing.
Same.
Do the same thing.
Same. Can we get that 13 up off you?
Yeah, bro. I know nobody else want to be there. Let me go ahead.
And if it's on a Friday, yeah, we're doing that.
Stupid, hilarious. So basically, finally I did get through the maintenance, but same thing happened, and I could tell like when it happened to Chrissy, partially because I wasn't on the phone.
Right. I
was like, all right, I know the fuck they didn't just hang up, but no, when I was talking to the people, there's no indication that they hung up. The phone just disconnected because the motherfuckers were trying to be helpful at the moment. So I'm like, oh shit, no, it's not them. It's still remnants from this fucking power being out.
Yo, this shit Fab said is 100% the truth. I have seen it with my own eyes now. He said, smoke signals to Fab. He should be here in 3 to 4 hours.
No, that's facts.
That is a fact.
Listen,
that is a fact.
It might not even been took 3 to 4 hours. But anyway, so I'm like, all right, cool. We just chilled. So I went to the fucking whatever it's called, the place where you get the ice in hotels, the little room that
the little thing.
It has the ice dispenser and it has the vending machine and all that other shit. Ice dispenser.
So at least y'all had some food.
No, ice dispenser wasn't working. Vending machine was not working. The ice dispenser wasn't working already. I had found that out the first night. Then I went to the vending machine. It would not let me buy anything. Like
that's so whack, yo. So whack.
I was like, all right, well, funny enough, when I was on the floor above us, I went out into the main area and saw like a case of waters that the hotel gives out. I just grabbed that whole case. Give me the shit.
Give me that shit.
We gonna have something. I'm leaving this bitch with something. So yeah, I brought that back to the room and I threw those in the refrigerator. Like, all right, this is what we got for the night, babe. Because that's what I think that's what I was leaving to get. I think I was leaving to get something to drink. So I ended up finding some water. I like water. Water was pretty decent. So,
you like water?
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
Just got some, that reminds me. Give me a second. Great. So that was the end of our issues, right? Like nothing else bad happened on the trip.
Okay.
But
wait a minute, how long was that a thing though?
The power went out the first night.
Mm-hmm.
We left and did what we were planning to do anyway. And when we got back, power was back on. We got stuck in the tower the second night. In the morning, the elevators and stuff was working. So it wasn't really. It was only inconvenient because we noticed it. It was one of those things. Like had we already grabbed stuff to like snack on throughout the night or whatever, we wouldn't even notice that we were stuck in the tower. Like that second night, we wouldn't even notice. We noticed the first night because, well, I think it woke her up when the power went off. And I've talked about that on here. When the power is out, I generally can't sleep because
that's the craziest part. That's the craziest part about it.
Way too fucking quiet. Like it won't allow me to sleep. But I was asleep before it went out. I woke up and realized the TV wasn't on no more, and I was like, "Oh, it must have cut out because I was still sleepy." Not thinking they don't have fucking smart TVs. They don't have a timer on them. So well, they might have one, but you would have had to set it. It's not no automatic timeout because they're not smart TVs. So it wouldn't have. But I didn't think about all that, nigga. I was asleep. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up. Shit was off. She seemed to be asleep. I went back to sleep. Woke up in the morning. She like, once she notices. All right, here's one thing about life that I have noticed that I don't talk about, and it's not a complaint. It's just something that's really funny to me.
Right.
I believe that my wife has FOMO to a certain extent, right?
Okay.
I can't wake up. If ever I wake up, she wakes up. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Literally, we could be. She said, "I absolutely do." We could be downstairs, right? We could be downstairs chilling, and she might fall asleep. We're not touching each other. We're on opposite ends of the couch. If I get up to come upstairs, when I come back downstairs, matter of fact, before I come back downstairs, I'm getting notifications that she shared a TikTok with me. Like legitimately, I can't get up. If I get up, she gets up. So that's a part of the reason why I didn't think anything of the TV being off, because when I woke up for that, she didn't wake up.
Right.
But nigga, when I woke up in the morning, I didn't even get up. I just woke up and moved a little bit. And then in full voice, I hear, "Babe, the power out." I'm like, nigga, what? What is happening? Why? Huh? Like, I'm not even really up. That was a false wake up. Like, what is going on?
Right.
So yeah. We would have noticed the power no matter what. But if we had gotten snacks and shit, we wouldn't even notice we were stuck in the towers the second night. So like I said, it wasn't that big a deal. It was just that we knew.
And it happened.
Yeah. No, like us being aware of it was the bigger issue. Because like, I mean, I don't know what would have happened in case of an emergency, right? Because
you break the glass.
What glass, nigga? We were on the 24th floor.
You
yes, I know the saying, but that doesn't actually help me practically.
Look, all you do is send out the smoke signal. The fan would have been up there. Believe me, it'd have been on some Die Hard shit. He'd have been in the vents. You know what I'm saying? He would have been in the vents talking about go to Atlantic City, had a few laughs.
I know. Right? So we went through the rest. I mean, I don't remember the order of shit, but like we ate a lot of food, a lot of different food. I ain't drink much because I'm not an alcoholic.
Hold up, stop.
Here's the thing. The reason I say that, no, that's facts. That's facts. No, what I'm saying is, I don't drink alone. That's not. There's no appeal to it. I'm a social drinker.
I get that. You're a social drinker. I'm about to say, because I clearly saw you were clearly drinking with people.
Yes, because I'm a social drinker. I didn't say I don't drink, nigga. Of course I drink. But like I don't drink alone. And clearly Christy can't drink right now. So yeah, no, I don't like generally the time that I drink the most is on vacation. But
I do understand that even though I'm not a drinker, I do understand the concept of how are you drinking alone?
Yeah,
are you going through some shit?
right. Like it feels
what?
depressing. Like, no, what? No, things aren't that bad. I'm good. So I was like, yeah, no, I think I had 1, maybe 2 drinks the entire week.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I did, like, whatever. Anyway, so we went to the show. It was like one of them old school
Jay
Vegas
said the
shows.
window. Jay said the window glass. That's the
I
right.
mean, yeah, no, that's the wrong glass to break. So, Fed said fax to him, I'm lowering Cairo into the electrical room to reset the breaker. Nigga. So it was like this like old school Vegas show, variety show, that type thing. That was pretty cool. Wasn't enough black people in it, but you can, come on.
Oh damn.
You can only ask for so much. I mean there were two black guys. So yeah.
Oh.
It was cool. But it was fun. It was a cool show. And we just chilled most of the time and relaxed because we didn't get a lot of chance to do that leading up, given all the shit that's going on in life right now.
That's true. There's a lot of stuff happening.
We came back, and when we came back, we went. Because of the power outage and because of the being locked in the tower, they gave us some room credits and they gave us late checkout. So that was cool because there was no way I was not going to go to the front desk and say something. Because come on, of course, we need something for the inconvenience. Like, so that happened. We came back Thursday. We went to Top Golf. That was fun. Not thinking there are so many things that you just don't think of when you're in situations that you aren't typically in. Like, Chrissy being pregnant. So I'm like, all right, let's go to Top Golf. My dumbass, not realizing when you play Top Golf, you have to tee your ball. Well, in order to do that, you have to bend over. Yeah. And we're both left-handed. So it being on the other side, the ball don't go all the way to the left-hand side. So anytime it was her turn, she had to bend over twice to pick up the ball, and then another time to put. I'm like, damn it, no, you know what? So I ended up teeing her ball every time that it was her turn. Of course you did. It's only right. I mean, listen, come on now. Of course now. No, you're not going to bend over. She would. No.
So now I'm glad we got to this part about your form.
Nothing happened.
My expert opinion from playing GTA.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
Golf feature.
I'm not sure that's a.
You were bending your legs a bit too much, and also you had the wrong hand over the other hand. Like you have to.
Nope.
And then like your elbows.
I'm a pimp. I'm a pimp. No, I'm a pimp. It was a backhand. Yeah, like everything else. I'm not gonna fight back on. But the hand placement was perfect. It was a backhand. It wasn't a smack. That one you're wrong about. Everything else,
a pimp named backhand.
You know what's funny? No. Here's the thing. Actually, the real reason
it is GA. It's legit. That shit.
The real reason my hands were like that is because I'm ambidextrous, right? So when I didn't switch hands, I just switched sides. So when I was on the right side, my hands were actually right. When I was on the left side, I just never because. The only reason I'm ambidextrous is because nobody in my life was left-handed. So when the things that you're taught to do, you're taught to do right-handed. So everything that I had learned to do, it was like I had to figure out some way to do it. And the world isn't built for left-handed people because it's like 10% of the population or some shit like that. So
I mean, that's facts, and I grew up in the same environment, so I know what you mean.
Yeah,
by that, I have more left-handed people around me now than I ever had.
Pretty much same
in my household.
Same. Like me and Chrissy both left-handed. Aaron's mother is left-handed. Just Chris is left-handed. It's pretty much same, GA. That's pretty much everybody. Like, I'm missing maybe like 3 people in my whole life.
I bat right-handed.
Yeah.
Throw right-handed.
But everything else.
Yeah. Oh no,
that's how it is.
It's still a southpaw jinx.
Right. Facts.
It's left jab.
That's where for those that don't know, that's where my stage name comes from.
Right.
Southpaw. Right. I'm left-handed. But yeah, like literally everybody else that I see on any regular basis, I might be forgetting 3 people, but pretty much everybody else that's ever around me in person is right-handed. So all the sports that I was taught, I do right-handed. All the sports that I learned on my own, I do left-handed.
You left-handed, right?
Golf was neither of those things. So when my first time really doing golf, like we went to Top Golf the last time we went to Atlantic City, me and Chrissy just by ourselves. That was in December. But she wasn't in a position to teach me how to play. And that was the first time I was really, really holding a golf. So that didn't count. When we went to Chattanooga, Fab and Mo had more experience with it. So they were talking me through it. And I was like, oh,
this
okay.
Is why you should have been playing GTA.
There was zero reason for me to ever do that at all. So, yeah, no, that's not a thing. But, yeah, that was fun. We ended up having fun doing that. And then here we are. Also, actually, no, it's time to switch over. Let me hit this. So, we are officially done with Wedding Watch, and now we have moved on to Baby Watch. And it's really just these couple things. So, he's a menace already.
You in trouble?
Oh, nigga, I'm not. Listen, I'm under no delusions.
You are cooked.
I know who I am.
You figure with him running around and chaos in the house,
nigga. I'm under no delusions, but there's just so much stuff that has to be done.
True.
It's just that's the thing. So we had an appointment with him. Not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. To do the anatomy scan. The reason is because when we did it the first time, he didn't fully cooperate, so there were a couple shots that they needed that they didn't get.
Right.
Same fucking thing happened. He didn't fully cooperate, so there was a couple shots that they needed that they didn't get. But everything they saw, it was like, oh, okay, he looks good. It's just that for procedural reasons, we need these other shots. And he's not.
He said no.
Basically. So we're scheduled again for 4 weeks from now to try the shit over again.
So that means you got 4 weeks to convince him.
There's nothing I can do. It's above me.
Everybody's best interest.
It's above me. It's not, because we would have had to been back in 4 weeks anyway. So, it doesn't really affect us negatively. We got all but 3 shots, and those 3 shots.
Yeah, but it's annoying your doctor. So
listen, I don't. That's what they get paid for. I don't
have a conversation.
No, listen, we tried. I promise you, Chrissy tried that very thing. He curled up in a ball. That's exactly what he did. Yo, listen. So
hey, McKenna said, wow, SVJ, your kid is being obstinate.
And here's the thing. I've said from the first appointment, because the first appointment, that little nigga was all over the place. I'm like, oh, he already has ADHD. So people from other generations are like, don't say that, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And I'm like, you don't, first of all, he's going to be just fine. Yes, he will be just fine if he has ADHD.
Yes.
Because
that's not a curse.
Yeah.
And also, there are no such thing as curses.
Yeah.
I know. Because slavery lasted 250 years. There's no such thing as any spells or none of that.
So it's like, all right, we're saying it jokingly, but it's not the thing that black people do where you just joke about super negative shit. No. We actually will be perfectly fine. I am a card carrying member of the ADHD club and have been
They
diagnosed
haven't
since I
given me
was a
my card
child.
yet, but yeah,
I've been diagnosed since I was a child, and his mother is a therapist.
he's fine.
He'll be fine. I'm not concerned. I'm not
He's
concerned about
fine,
him
like-
having ADHD. That's not. Yeah, that's
He's
not.
fine.
It's not an issue of mine.
Yeah,
Like, it's not on the list.
right.
But yeah,
Just make the list.
he was just moving all around, like, and then he moves around until you want him to move, and then he got into this position where he just bowled up, and he was just chilling, and
I'm
nothing that she
feeling
could
him
do.
with that.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling
This is accepted and understood behavior. However, it wasn't helpful in the moment.
No, I can tell.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, my
Yeah.
guy, I'm not even mad at you because same, but
I won't do what you tell me. What the fuck? I don't want to. Like, I got 18 years I had to listen to your bullshit.
bruh, I just simply don't want to.
Yeah,
All right,
like,
you're right. What am I supposed to do? They tried
Right.
shaking him. They tried having Kristen move around to no avail.
she
I
did a
think-
cartwheel, couple
No,
backflips.
I don't think they do that no more.
Oh.
But yeah, like we were at. I think it was 5 photos we needed. We got one, and then he started acting up, and then she was like, "All right, do this, do that, do that," and we got one more. of the
Like, get
ones
that
we needed.
camera out my face.
Basically, like there after the tech realized that like this wasn't going to
It's
work,
not happening.
and
not
she put the camera back on him, and he was just like laying sideways, balled up. Like first there was a point in the damn appointment where he was just.
He practicing.
I'm like, yo, who are you?
How Rocky was in the meat locker. He practicing.
I'm like, yo, who are you? Why do you think there's no danger, son?
Yo, shit. He like, there's always danger, man. Damn, there's always danger.
I'm like, yo, this.
You think I don't be when y'all be watching stuff? I be hearing
Right.
There's shit happening out there.
Facts. I'm like, yo. So after he stopped that, he just curled up, like in a ball.
He was tired.
I don't even know if that. Nah, I don't believe that.
I mean, he sparred a little bit, and then he had to.
He curled up
He had
in
to
a
bring it
ball, in a complete ball, and he just would not move. Like she tried to get a 3D because, like, at this stage, you can get a 3D photo of the baby, and it shows the features and all that shit.
Right.
Couldn't do it. His legs were in the way. His knees were in his face. We saw his nose.
Oh, that's an exercise. Okay. I get what he's doing. All right. He working out. Like, what?
And I'm like, yo, what are you know what? There's nothing I can even say. I can't even. What I'm supposed to say.
Listen, hey, right. And
my mother was with us, and she like, yeah.
That tracks.
But fuck supposed to say, yo, hey, chill out. What?
Right.
And what's that supposed to do?
Right.
So we did that. Then we saw them out to eat for her birthday. Her birthday's today, by the way.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Fab said, I fully understand that Cairo has never wanted to cooperate. Hey, they do what they do. Look. I'm going to tell you, them two little niggas gonna be menaces.
Yeah, like I said,
people think me and Fab is bad.
I feel like, well, you do have an idea what you just unleashed.
Yeah. I have a clue.
Yeah.
I lived through it a little bit. People thought me and Fab was bad. This is gonna be. I'm going to start apologizing now.
Oh no, it's too late.
To-
It's too late. Too late to apologize.
Yeah, he just won't cooperate when we get ultrasounds, like almost ever. Like you just have to happen to catch whatever you catch. It's really just that.
Did you tell him that his dad's a photographer? Maybe that'll.
No, that's not helpful. Because here's the thing. He hides when there's attention on him. What am I supposed to? As someone who doesn't like attention,
Oh damn!
what am I supposed to say? Okay.
Say something.
He moves around and does a bunch of shit when he gets restless. As somebody with ADHD, what am I supposed to? Right.
Do something, nigga.
What am I supposed to say? There's nothing I can, because otherwise I'd be a hypocrite, and we're not gonna do that purposely.
Say something, just to say you said it. Hey,
no, we look. Chrissy had a full pep talk with him. Before the appointment to no avail. It's his world. He gonna do what he want to do, and there's nothing. Probably until he's like 5. There's nothing we can actually do about it. There's nothing we can actually do about it. So it just is what it is. To close out, not to skip over these things, but there's not really much I can say about any of them. Mm-hmm. Obviously, as Tim alluded to earlier, Gray and I have started rebuilding this story that we were working on, and oh my God, bruh.
Yeah.
First of all, this is not what I signed up for. So yeah, there's that, and the ideas that we come up with so far, and the path that this is about to take, craziness.
Yeah, the complete shift in who is the main character is,
bruh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you want? Oh, okay, that's what we're gonna do then. Yeah. All right, bet. And also, I'm going to be working on 2 songs with Gigi and Mo's band, Unlisted After Death. That is, actually, I need to start working on one of them like yesterday, because on the way to the honeymoon, one of them was like, "Hey, did you start working on your verse yet?" I'm like, "What?"
No.
I'm like, I haven't even heard the song. How am I working on a verse?
No, that's no excuse. Listen, let me tell you something.
No, the response was, I sent it to you. I'm like, oh.
Shit. Damn. Well, yeah. Well, since I'm just saying, I used to write songs all the time with no beat. Now,
that's not the same thing.
The problem with doing that is,
you have to
redo You're going to have to edit.
Yes. Like, you're going to have to no, I'm not doing all that. I don't even know. Like, it's whatever. It's whatever. We going to figure it out. And it's going to get done, because that's what I do. But sure. Let me see. Actually, yeah, I think that's it.
So we would like to thank all of you once again for joining us for another rousing edition the Black Culture Geeks podcast. To piggyback off of what SPJ said, there is always music.
Always.
There's old music. Mm-hmm. There's present music, and there'll be music in the future.
Indeed.
Not just by us. Not just by us. GA has music. Ray has music. Addie has music. There's a lot of music in the G universe. A lot
of music.
And around the affiliates. It's a lot of music, right? So do us a favor. Go to these very shitty streaming services who are only paying us 0.003 cents per stream. Try to streams up so we can get like $30 or something.
I mean, listen, $30 would be out. For those who don't know, I'm having a baby.
It's a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm having a baby. So
the
music, it'll be a little helpful. Also, merch store. I know this is the old shirt, but the old shirt is on the merch store. So
yes,
y'all can, if y'all want the OG Black Culture Geeks shirt, y'all can still go to
by all means
shop.blackculturegeeks.com or www.blackculturegeeks.com/shop. And go ahead and get on there. Oh, G, you heard? Okay, yeah. I'm
thank you, Betty. Thank you. Also, Majestic Comics Patreon, if you have not,
absolutely,
over there and give it a join.
Yeah, it's needed.
It's a lot of stuff. Like,
it's a lot of stuff.
Go to majesticcomic.shop and get books.
Absolutely,
as it turns out. Also, I'm gonna give a quick plug to my man Eli Burton with his Adventures of Starman series.
Immaculate.
He is soon to be one of our business partners, right? So, yeah, go look up Adventures of Starman. I don't know what the website is. But go look that up and check out his books as well. Like I said, we're always doing something.
Always
doing something.
Always.
Right? So go check that out. If you're into natural cosmetics and things of that nature, my wife, For the Love of Bubbles, check out her store as well. So yeah, for my man SBJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.